Hello everyone, how's it going? Hi Guru.
I should be able to hear you on your stream. I mean, on my stream. Oh
Test.
man, this is beginning to
Don't
choke
mind the
me.
echo. Yeah, you can hear me.
I
I mean, you
can't.
could listen
I
it.
can't do it.
Yeah, I can't be Pastor Benji.
Just deep V. Should I take the undershirt off? I could be one of those
For everyone
streamers.
who wants to take off, who wants Benji to take off a shirt, vote in the poll
Yeah, that's
so
our
we can
first
pick a
poll.
book.
I can't. I don't know if you could tell. This shirt is disappearing into the void, so I have to cover it up. It doesn't really go with this. Maybe I might change my shirt again. I got this thing. Just a lot bigger than it looked in the picture, or smaller than it looked in the picture, which is a little sus. But
Yeah.
so I'll show you the picture. Amazon.
There we go. Pull up. I don't see a poll. Now you can.
You know what? No, that's exactly what it looked like in the picture. I just misjudged it.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go.
They even
Yes, now I
have
do.
they even have a tape measure next to it to show how big it is.
Oh, nice.
But typically, it's 10. Wait, how many? How wide actually is it? It's just big enough for a 3-inch sidewall, which is. I've never seen an instrument with anything larger than that. So.
Fair enough. How are you doing, Saber and Guru? How you doing tonight?
Changing my shirt again.
Okay. Hope you're well. This will be the last book club session for Name of the Wind because we just finished the book recently. So we're going to be tackling the last, I want to say, I think 20 chapters? Air quality is real bad. Also bad here. Yeah. I think it was on the, we have a scale for like danger zones and everything. So I think the higher ones, like if you're a level 12 or a level 11, I think we hit level 9 at the peak of it today. And now we're on level 7. So I walk to work, so I'm going to start wearing my N95s to work. Hopefully that'll help. Stay safe with the air quality, yeah. Luckily, it's already Wednesday, so I don't have to worry about like going into work. Only like for much of the week. What does mean? It's just a. It can mean whatever you want it to mean. To. That's the vote we got.
Wait, what were the options?
Yes, maybe, and I meant it as a pondering thing, like considering.
You do the you do the bottom one. I can never remember which buttons to button on a shirt. You leave this one open, right? Or you know, you hold your hand like this, like a general.
Do men's shirts have the little like clasp, like near the collarbone? That probably is just for women, but because it's like it's like a button, it's like a number of buttons, and then there's like a tiny like plastic clasp.
Our dress pants have that.
Oh, fair enough. Welcome everybody. This is gonna be what you're gonna expect from a club.
Hey, guess what didn't happen today? They didn't drop the trailer.
Oh, is it is it like 2 months, 3 months as of today?
It's been a while.
I think it's 3, right?
It's
because September.
65 days, 64 days. Wait.
Oh, okay.
September 1st. Actually, it is 63 days, 23 hours, 27 minutes, and 18, 17, 16, 15 seconds away.
Counting the milliseconds. For anyone who doesn't know, it's for the Wheel of Time season 2 trailer.
They announced who's playing Lanfear.
Oh shit! Really? Who's playing her?
Natasha O'Keefe.
I don't know her.
She was in Peaky Blinders.
Oh, I've seen a bit of Peaky Blinders, but not enough probably to know who she is. Natasha O'Keefe.
And half of all the book cloaks were up in arms because she's not pretty enough.
Oh, pshaw.
And too old. Yes, this 2,000-year-old
yeah, this
character,
incredibly
3,000-year-old character.
Yeah, she's too old. Get that good hydration. All right, thank you, Glow.
You actually made it to a book club stream. Congratulations.
Finally have a look. Yeah, you made it to the last one for the book. But then we're starting another one, so.
Which, honestly, poll did not go the way I was expecting.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Although it is a short book, so it shouldn't. Well,
I actually don't know how long it is, so.
It's this.
It's this one. This will be our next book for book club.
No,
Sneak peek.
It's a surprise. I'm not sure.
Oh, never mind.
It's this.
Oh, that's not very long at all. All right.
It's 200 pages.
Do that in like two sessions.
Yeah, it's only 200 pages. We were doing what, 150 per
We were
session?
doing 150. Yeah. She's not pretty enough. What do people mean? She's so pretty. She is very pretty. British actress. Ooh, she's been in a lot of BBC stuff. That's cool.
The car is leaving.
She's perfect for... She's how I would have envisioned Lanfear. I don't know what people are talking about.
I picture someone similar to her, but I picture more... Well, I guess Yeah, she's hench. Well, not Ronda Rousey hench, but...
Is she buff?
Hell yeah. She got them abs.
Nice. We like that.
I assume. She's got the biceps, at least. What was I saying? You know how she's painted on the cover of book 2?
I don't, because I listened to the audiobook.
Oh, well, that's...
They don't have the cover art. Yeah.
Great.
I'll look it up.
Cover.
Great Hunt cover? Yeah. And it's a painting? Oh, here we go.
Yes,
oh,
it's one of these beautiful Daryl Sweet paintings.
Bluish, whitish dress, that one?
Yeah.
Well, she's got that, like, Christine Daae vibes going on.
Yeah. A little more like that.
It's hard to see with the reflection.
No spoilers or anything.
No spoilers.
Cool. It was so obvious the second time when I read, I guess this is the third time, when I was listening to it this time around, it was so obvious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know how I didn't notice that the first time.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Wait, I missed something. Oh, wait, do either of you like Wheel of Time? We both do. Benji's read the books multiple times. I'm on the 4th book.
I'm struggling with the fact that I'm about to finish book 3, which is Rosamund Pike hasn't done any beyond that, and I'm gonna have to switch. I'm either gonna have to wait for her to do that.
Probably wait. You've already read them once, like, or at least
the story's so good, and I'm addicted to it.
Yeah, but then you got to get used to new voices. Like, they're good, but if you're used to Rosamund Pike, like. Phantom of the Opera in this book club stream? Sorry I'm late. Ave, no problem, Corwin. It's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Well, there are 15 books, so it's going to take her a while.
Yeah, it will. Yeah. We should read the book Phantom of the Opera. I have...
That's a book?
A gorgeous... Oh, yeah. It's from 19... No, when is it from? 1910?
I just noticed I look like a fucking ghoul.
Ooh,
Bags under my eyes.
Yeah, it's a novel by Gaston Leroux. That's what it's all based on. Everything.
I guess I didn't
I think
sleep
it's
last night.
1910.
I didn't sleep.
Because the first silent film for Phantom was
What the
1920.
fuck is the point? A silent
1909?
musical. I guess they
The
have the
silent
singing.
film?
They have the singing in the background, like in the.
Well, they have like piano music throughout. But it's
Oh
not a
yeah, no,
musical
no, no. They
because
couldn't. They
it
weren't
only
recording audio, right? They had
no, it
live.
wasn't a yeah, it was a movie. It only became a musical with Andrew Lloyd Webber and Yeston and Coppett. They made two musicals in the 80s.
I legit thought they wrote it.
Mm-mm. No, the
Funny thing about books,
Gas-
they usually do come first.
Gaston Leroux took a lot of like inspiration from like Jekyll and Hyde and a bunch of other stuff. So book came first, y'all. It's good. I have a very gorgeous illustrated copy of it version. It's very, very nice.
Do your own research.
Yeah. I actually read it the first time I read that book, fun fact, was completely in French because it was a book we had to read for French class. And then I was like, this is great. Then I watched the musicals and I was like, this is better.
Been to the Paris Opera House.
Oh, really? I've always wanted to go. That's cool.
Did you finish Obra Dinn, Glow?
A Glow did, yeah.
I've been busy.
I
I didn't
think.
get to
Yeah.
catch the
I,
second
I,
half.
I need to get back to it. I've just been so busy.
And the
I'll have to see if I
the
can
other
get from
half
the
of that
photos.
question
Yeah.
is why you're not playing Case of the Golden
Oh,
Idol.
Case of Golden Idol? Yeah, I was going to say.
Actually, how's the reading going, Glow?
The reading?
Yeah, for my book.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing I gotta do. I gotta fucking start that.
You have it downloaded. Okay, well that's
I know. I know.
That's good enough. That's
I will get there. I swear. Life needs to stop. Life needs to stop being busy.
You know, I didn't style my hair this way. I just did that. Like, good haircut, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
Still need to continue.
Queef.
Queef. Everybody quaffed.
I don't think it's queef. That's not right.
It's queef. Perfectly queefed. Oh jeez. I will take Bo for a walk tomorrow to pick up my meds and then read more. Good idea.
Who's your least favorite character?
I think a queef is something else. I mean, no, I know. I was laughing at Benji's joke.
Yeah. Laughing at my joke. Wah.
Where?
Wah.
Wow. Quaffed, I said. Shall we get going on an intro and get into it, perhaps?
Forgot we did intros.
Yeah. I still have to edit the last one. I have to start editing it, but it's on my to-do list.
Yeah, so bad news, everybody.
Yeah.
We lost the audio we lost the audio of the first half of the last one, so it's
Yeah.
Do we release me talking to myself, or do we just say we lost it?
I was just gonna say we lost it.
I think that's better. Be weird if I was just
because I'm not redubbing myself.
Redub the entire episode.
Oh my god!
But you also don't know what you said, so you have to remember. You have to.
Yeah, I have to lip
sync.
read.
Yeah.
It's gonna suck. Can you write me into the book so I can kiss Xylis? Overdub it. Oh my god. Still the visual perfect. Oh yeah.
Just you wait, Glow.
Oh no. Release the video to the wildest practice trail for lip reading classes.
I think
with my terrible mic.
Half of the book. Oh, you died.
Acted. One moment. Oh, my internet went out. Wait, I'm coming back. Am I still here? Okay, I'm okay. That was weird.
What lesbian character I was talking about?
You can still hear me, right? Oh no, we're reconnecting.
You mean that one gal who was hitting on one of the main characters?
Can you hear me, by the way, Benji?
Yeah, I'm just
Good.
ignoring you.
Wow, thank you. It says my OBS is still trying to connect. Or maybe I'll check my stream.
I did have one character who represents a certain demographic who I did,
Reconnection successful. There we go.
the having them represent that demographic and also the way that their species looks, I developed completely independently, and then realized that it was a bit rough and maybe seemed a bit off. So I had to scale back the scale it back.
Lesbians killed stream shakes my head.
Lesbians can kill me
Oh my.
on stream.
Oh my.
That's how I get kicked off Twitch.
That's how I get all right. How about that intro?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now that I guess I should get the I should change the poll so we're not opening with should VT love strip. Let me just change that.
Yep, that's a good one.
Do you like that book?
I was possibly mistaken when was said which book we were reading, because it may have changed since I looked, but I assume it didn't. So I will check that. Are we gonna? I guess we say that at the end anyway, not the beginning, right? Yeah. It is.
There we go. Start poll.
It did not change. I felt a little bad because at first my 3 suggestions just went right up to the top, like
Yeah.
And they were just
that's
like
fine. I wanted to read them.
They were suggestions because they were on my shelf and I hadn't read them.
Yeah,
that's literally it.
Oh, my book. Strings book copy. Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, I want to read any of the ones you listed, so I'm like, that's fine.
3 of those are yes.
Hell yeah. I should actually vote. Why not?
I have my opinions, but we can talk about that.
We will talk about it more later. All right. So intro. So I start off usually, and then you go into what we're gonna be talking about, and then we say, yeah, let's get into it. Cool.
That works.
I think the chapters were 77 to the epilogue.
The apology.
The apology. What reading number is this? Do you remember?
5?
Is this 6?
Oh, I have my number still saying 4, huh?
Gotta think about it.
Well,
I mean, we could just say the last reading.
It's 5 because it was 4 last time because I didn't change it. Yeah, but it is the last one.
I'll just say the last one.
It's
Hi, YouTube.
It's reading 5, our last reading of this one.
I want to say reading 5 was last time, but I'm just gonna say the final reading.
You are wrong.
Too bad. Okay. It's the countdown.
It tickles.
Okay. Okay. Hello again. Fuck.
Perfect.
Hello.
Just like that.
Perfect. We're not editing any of this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our final reading of Name of the Wind.
We're going to be going through chapters 83?
77.
77? Oh, okay, I got it.
Close.
I didn't realize I was going to have to say that.
That's fair. That's fair. We could just redo it. Psych yourself out, I know. Please put all these bloopers together. That would be fun. I don't have the other bloopers, though, but for other parts. But oh well. Hello again, and welcome to our final session for reading The Name of the Wind.
We're going to be going through chapter 77 to the epilogue, and the epilogue.
Epilogue.
And then we're going to be talking about the book as a whole, doing our usual discussion, and then a discussion on the book as a whole. And then we're going to announce the results of the straw poll, which is going to determine
Talking about our
book.
next book. Yes.
Yeah, so see you on the other end.
See you. Dope. Okay. Dopeth.
Epilogue.
Epilogue. I like that.
Chapter 77 to the Episcopal Epiphany EpiPen.
The epidural.
Epidural.
Dopeth.
The Lord yeeteth and the Lord yimketh away.
Oh boy. Alright. I believe you did the chapter summaries this time. So I'll have to follow along with the book.
Man, I need to actually get sleep tonight so I look pretty tomorrow.
It's true. You gotta look pretty.
Tomorrow's my my big day.
The big event.
Yeah. Look at that. I look like a fucking
I hope it's fun.
raccoon.
It's alright.
Like there's a visible defined triangle around my eye. Alright.
Alright, just get some sleep. Get some sleep and water.
Yeah, it's a good one actually. I also just want to apologize to everybody. It's my fault that we're an hour late.
All good now.
I was in
Still a
disarray,
setup.
but also it was 7:06 and I was still working on my 3D printer while I realized, wait a minute, it's 7:06.
We start at 7. That's okay.
I should make that an emote. Yeah, I should.
Perfect. Very beautiful.
There you go.
Ready for the event.
You're working on a simple Blender model for 3D printing yesterday. Ooh, what's it gonna be?
Nice.
What am I making?
What are you making, Corwin? And what are you making?
I'm fixing. Well,
You're like working with settings, right? To like make sure it.
No, I'm actually physically. I had to disassemble it and reassemble it.
Oh shit!
So the extruder is on a motor and it has a little cog that pushes against. Has a barb. That's not the word. Not barbed. It has sharp lines on it.
Okay.
And it pushes against a pulley, and then the filament goes through there, and the spiked wheel pushes the filament like that.
Oh, it's that setup. Okay.
And what had happened is the pulley was here and the wheel was here, and so they weren't aligned, so they weren't actually so the wheel wasn't actually doing anything.
Oh,
so I had to completely disassemble the extruder head and reposition the wheel on the motor shaft.
There. I screenshotted all of those. You're welcome. Beautiful.
Yours is a bracket to put rear bike light on your bike rack. That's
a good idea.
That's a good use for it. Mine, my project that I'm working on is I'm making another 3D printer. Self-propagating.
Yep. Yep. Oh, this is the explanation of Wheel of Time. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, that is the general premise of Eye of the World.
Yep.
I had to throw it on there for the meme. I'm sorry, guys.
Yep. Had to.
Hey,
Hey,
Bozo
Ricky.
Kraken.
How's it going? Hi, friend.
All right, you want to actually talk?
We're just
about
getting started.
the book.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Let's get going.
Absolutely gorgeous faces. I know you are, but what am I?
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Oh, Jay-Z. Alright. Chapter 77, Bluffs. I suppose, just to reiterate, because this kind of picks up right in the middle of the action. In the previous chapter, there was a Dracus, which is not a dragon. It's an enormous Komodo dragon that just happens to breathe fire and has metal scales.
Big lizard.
Definitely not a dragon.
Definitely not.
Anyway, and they fall asleep on top of a rock overlooking the dragon.
Yes.
Dracus.
Yes.
Dracus. All right. Chapter 7. I don't need to say that again. Okay. The two of them, Kvothe and Denna, wake up and have a lovely discussion about Morningwood. And then they find a place where the Dracus has been frequently eating a specific type of tree, and Denna accidentally takes heroin.
Yeah, it's a good summary. Because they burrow.
The car.
Oh, fair. They burrow. Is that when they go under and they find the what is it? The resin that's like the sap from the tree or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's
So
like, "This
loud.
tastes good," and he's like, "No."
She said it didn't taste well. She said
I think she said it was
tasted
bitter.
better than it was. It was bitter, but it tasted all right or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, like this whole sequence of chapters, like with the Dracus, kind of blend together for me.
It's a bit weird.
No.
I don't know. I have a negative opinion of the whole Dracus thing, but I can't. I don't know why. It's kind of just.
Is it like how it was presented?
Maybe.
Because like it was a big, because like it was cool when it was revealed in the last, like when we talked about the last reading. I was like, oh, neat, like that's cool, but it was just walking around and eating trees, and it was just living its best life. Like.
I don't think that's it. I wasn't disappointed in the dragon. I kind of like that it was just like a random lizard that happened to breathe fire. This isn't a dragon for sure.
Just felt bad for it, man. Yeah. Poor Draggle. Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't work. I tried to take the.
Oh.
It's too big.
Nope.
I didn't want to make the slurping sound that this thing makes.
Fair.
Yeah, so I don't know. The whole thing felt out of place. Like it felt like a different story.
It was like a side story in a way.
It felt like a side story.
Side adventure.
And I also don't like the way it ended. With
yeah.
Denna.
Right. Yeah, because it's par for the. Well, I mean, we'll get into that, but it's a little bit par for the course with her. But like it's with it being the end of the book, I was hoping for something more between them.
It's
maybe
bordering on cliche for she cliche of herself. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
that I got hooked on the resin. Yeah,
we can talk about it later, but
yeah.
I wonder if spoilers, she's fine after all this, but I wonder if in the future there's going to be some issue with her having an addiction to it.
Yeah, maybe. and we can get into that more when we get to the chapter,
Yeah.
because I mean, Kavoth has some thoughts around that. But yeah, the poor dragon, like he was just like walking around and he was like, "Ooh, resin," and he just like
Eating
just
heroin
needed the
trees,
stuff. Yeah.
opium trees, which is a thing,
Oh,
definitely.
yep.
It wasn't opium. It's Denner resin,
Yeah.
which isn't real. I think it's not real. Maybe it is. I don't know.
I hadn't heard of it.
Which when I was reading it, it was normal, but when I was writing it, I realized that Denner and Denna are almost exactly the same word.
Yeah, true.
And wait a minute.
Hold up. Mm-hmm.
It was a sign. Yeah, ophalum, which is opium.
Phalum.
Obviously opium.
Ah. It is interesting that Denna had the Denner resin. Indeed. Denna had the Denner resin for dinner.
The Denner resin. And the way the Denner resin was described was really odd. It's just like big hockey pucks or big discs of it's like
yeah, they were solid. Yeah,
it's like cakes of metal cakes, or other material cakes, or the materials that do come in cakes, if you will.
Yeah, I didn't have much else to say about the chapter.
This was yet another chapter where they're just being idiots. I mean, yeah.
I mean, it felt like it was I mean, we got a bit of it in the last chapter of just like when you're presented with the Dracus, and it's a much lighter tone than the rest of the book. It does go back to being darker and more dangerous, like as they're going after the dragon or like hiding from it. But it definitely does give that lighter tone because then for most of it, Denna's just high. She's just trying to like she's just having a good time, and Kavoth is like just constantly like, don't die, like please eat something. Like
it does remind me. Wait, what was I gonna say? Oh, I accidentally mixed my two thoughts. I was gonna say I agree, kind of like maple syrup taffy, but for me, it's like more of a maple syrup taffy, but it'll crack if you break it. But that actually isn't the case because of the way it was described later. That's how I imagined it, at least.
Yeah.
The other thing I was going to say is it was weird how quickly they went from this stuff will kill you to, let's bring it all home. Like, okay. I mean, like, sure, you can sell it to apothecary, but how are you going to carry that much of it all the way back to Tarbean?
Yeah, because that's what they were going to do, right? They were going to...
Not to Tarbean.
No, not Tarbean. I almost said Tarvalon. Tarvalon. Yeah, like they were going to take it back to Inland.
She showers with Pantene, but I got watermelon to keep me clean.
Keep me clean. Like where you boil it and pour it on snow and be tapping, then it cools down and it's stiff.
Do you know what makes me mad? The number of people who think maple syrup on snow is, let's take some snow and pour cold maple syrup on it and make a snow cone.
Oh my god!
And they think,
really?
Yes, this is maple syrup on snow, because nobody ever explained to them.
That's fucking stupid. Okay.
I've seen that so many times.
Oh my god! How many kilos did they give the Dracus? A bajillion. They gave that thing a lot of drugs.
But yeah, just like the logistics of bringing that all the way back to town without getting robbed or arrested. Like,
true. Yeah.
Like, where did you get this? Oh, we found it in the woods. What? Mm-hmm. Oh, there's also a dead man out there who definitely was not killed by us. Like,
yeah, we're totally innocent. Don't mind us. But money, exactly. I mean, they're also both teenagers. They're stupid. Like, whatever.
I will say about the maple syrup thing, which is obviously the more important conversation. I regularly put maple syrup, just drown my ice cream in maple syrup.
That is an excellent idea.
Just vanilla ice cream, maple syrup, Excellent. But it has to be good old pure Vermont maple syrup. None of that gross Canadian stuff.
I mean, I will say that Vermont maple syrup was very good when you sent it.
I forget, was that... Yeah, that was a... Was that one of the ones that my family made? I forget.
It was, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Because I was like, whoa.
The right apothecary would be willing not to ask too many questions. That's not what I'm worried about. They described it
Other
as
people,
being
right?
quite bulky.
Yeah.
It's like...
Don't mind us carrying this big sack of nothing.
They also don't have horses.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to find apothecary for miles, I'm sure. I'm sure there's no apothecary in the little town of one of the
Didn't seem like
teen
there was one in
names.
Imre. Yeah. I don't think the
No,
taken
what
out
was it
just
called?
meant
It was like...
yeah, they were just taking as much as they could carry, but like I mean, they were gonna try to take as much as they could carry.
He is 15.
He is. They're both young. I think Den is maybe only like a year younger than him.
I think I have a theory that the reason he's so young is the reason he not the reason he's so young. The reason the author chose to write him as such an adult, or in an adult way, and say like, oh, I come off as an adult, is because he didn't feel like writing from the perspective of a 15-year-old. And honestly, I feel that. Why would you want
Valid.
to? But I like, with all the romance stuff, I just constantly forget that he's 15. Like, there was what I was thinking of is like a really creepy scene between him and a 13-year-old, and I'm like, wait, no, he's like 2 years older than her. Like, that's
that's
okay.
Yeah.
I began to write angrily, and I was like, wait a minute.
Hold a minute. Hold the phone. Says they had a heavy oilskin bag with with nearly a full bushel of resin. Also, to be fair, it is an adult talking about when he was young. Also that.
A bushel's like
big, I don't even know how big a bushel is.
It's like a third of a barrel, right?
That's still a good amount.
I think it's like one of those strawberry baskets that's like that big.
Oh, like the quart, like no, not the quarts, but like the
35 liters
or something. Fair.
Wait, that's a barrel or a bushel? And how many bushels are in a barrel? These are
we need to know this for science. Yeah. A bushel is about 35. Okay.
I feel like it's 3 bushels.
35 liters? That's quite a bit. 32 quarts? Holy shit, really? That's huge. They carried so much. I mean, they had to throw a bunch of it at the dragon, but...
35 kilograms. What is an object that might weigh 35 kilograms? Because I don't know kilograms.
That is quite a bit.
How many pounds is 35 kilograms?
I don't know. Bushel of water would be 35 kilograms.
80 pounds. So the equivalent of carrying a bag of cement.
Damn.
I think. Wait.
A backpacking pack full of camping material, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not in a backpack, is it?
No, it's in an oilskin bag. Pretty heavy load.
A bag of cement's 94 pounds, so it's a bit more.
Okay.
43 kilograms.
Damn.
But like,
either way,
those
quite
are
a bit.
heavy. Like, that's hard to carry for any amount of distance. And they're both children.
Yeah. They tried their best.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they don't keep it. Let's move on. We've been stuck on chapter 77.
The first chapter.
All right. Chapter 78. Poison. Denna and Kvothe decide to poison the Drakus with the rest of the resin. That's the chapter.
Was it a short one?
It wasn't a short one. That's all that happened, though.
That's fair.
I mean, they were just discussing
they were
how
plotting.
to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plotting.
Okay, so
murder.
So then Sweet Talk
And we
probably is
should
the
say
next
the
one.
reason they were going to kill it is because they knew that it was going to run out of resin and go on a rampage in the town looking for more.
Yeah. Based on the time period, it might be about Denna's weight. I hope she weighs more than
She's
95
90,
kilograms.
no, 70 pounds.
She's small.
Yeah, that's a, well, they're children. But
Yeah.
not, no, I mean, they're not, even kids aren't that small. I mean,
I don't think
sorry,
so.
even like, they'd be like in high school.
Man, I don't know what a proper amount of weight is.
We only measure in stones. What's a stone? When I was reading this chapter, I wasn't really paying much attention to what I was reading for some reason, so I didn't really have much to say.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, this is just the planning chapter. The next chapter, I think, is when they actually start doing it, taking action.
I know exactly how much I weigh. Yeah, well, no. That 80 was. Anyway, all right. Anything to say?
No, that's not much.
Chapter 79, Sweet Talk. Denna babbles with delirium, and Kvothe learns how to spoon. Denna reveals that Ash is actually alive and hit her to make it seem like she was a victim of the fire. I had to read that 3 times to actually realize what she meant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, I what? But I get it now.
Yeah. Yeah, it was some shitty stuff. I was like, oof.
But it's like,
no, same. Oh, really?
Why didn't she just take her with him wherever he went?
Yeah, because what ended up happening to him? Like, he just left, right?
Theoretically.
Yeah.
She doesn't
But what
say.
was the reason? Yeah.
Well, he didn't want to be involved either, I don't think.
Yeah, so he just said, oh, you'll be the survivor, but you need to look battered, so...
Yeah. But... Yeah. Why didn't she just go with him? I don't understand.
Yeah, why did she have to be the survivor? Yeah. Like, to go
Unless
to
it was just an excuse to hit her, but...
Yeah. He made me ask him to hit me just to be sure. Really makes you think he's a fucked up guy. Yeah.
Really makes me think he's a Chandrian.
I kept thinking something like that. Like, I mean, I know and also that he's called Ash. I was like, oh, like, Cinder.
Yeah.
Yeah. More suspicious if there's 2 missing bodies instead of just one.
But who's gonna...
Well, who's gonna know about them? Because she was just brought on as entertainment. Yeah, to play. I mean, he was maybe a noble who was invited, maybe. I don't know. Unless he's got, like, quite the name for himself. I don't know.
Maybe he's the king.
Of the Chandrian.
Of the Chandrian. No, I'm still holding strong.
Was Master Ash even a guest at the wedding? They don't actually say anything there. Like, Denna just kind of, at least I don't think so. Denna just said that she was brought on as the entertainment, and she's her patron.
Yeah, it seemed to me more like he was just pimping her out as a musician. What's that called? There's a legit word for that. I just couldn't think of it.
Oh, fair. Yeah, to leave, for him to leave and then hit her, which makes it look like she was caught in the midst of some shit, and then she survives. Like, I'm trying to think if what was his reasoning behind that, because, like, he was just gonna probably meet up with her later, supposedly.
Don't know what happened. Felt like hitting her.
Maybe.
He was mad and he wanted to hit someone.
Because he said, like, what was it? You made me ask him to hit me just to be sure. Like, sure that I could take it? Like sure of what? What was that? Where was that?
She was babbling, so it's hard to... It wasn't really a coherent thought.
That's true.
Chapter...
It was toward the end of it, right?
79.
Yeah.
Just
I
big
knew
and
Ash didn't
fringed.
die at the farm. He found me, came
Oh,
back, and said everyone was dead. He said that people would be suspicious if I was the only one who survived. Okay, he didn't just do it out of the blue. He made sure that it was what I really wanted. I knew it wouldn't look convincing if I did it to myself. He made me ask him to hit me just to be sure. But she was like the sole survivor. So what does that mean?
wait. So is that saying he didn't want to hit her, and he's
It sounded like she wanted to show like hit herself to show that like she wanted to be battered, which is unfortunate. Um but it wouldn't be convincing if she did it
right?
herself.
But the just to be sure, the way I just heard that back sounds more like a just to be sure she's okay with it, mate.
Oh. Oh, I see what you mean.
Like maybe she hinted at it, and he's like, no,
He made sure I really wanted him to. Yeah.
ask legitimately, like ask me to my face.
Yeah. So he was like, "You sure? Okay." So, I gotta reread that a little because I was confused about that. I was like, huh. Um, yeah, I didn't tell you everything. I know Ash didn't die at the farm. When I was heading toward the fire, he found me. He came back and said that everyone was dead. He said that people would be suspicious if I was the only one who survived. Oh, because then she would have been like, "Oh, she killed everyone."
Yeah.
Okay. Um, oh, so then makes her look like a victim. I get it. Okay. So she wanted to look like someone attacked her, as opposed to she's come out unscathed and she probably killed everybody.
Right.
But if
Yeah.
someone attacked her, she was a victim. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, because
I
he's the
suppose
one who
talking about
did
people
it.
being
Cool.
suspicious of her. It was probably so people wouldn't place blame on her. Yeah, yeah. Now I understood that. I had to reread that a couple times. Pretty common for a man who just seen everyone slaughtered, to be honest. Yeah.
Well, who do you think slaughtered him?
Oh, Ash.
Yeah, it was him.
He's a
Obviously.
champion.
I don't know. I don't know why he's keeping her around, but maybe because
Yeah.
she. Nah. I was gonna say maybe because
Away
she's
from Mr.
close to
Power.
Kvoth, but I feel like they would just go and kill Kvoth if they really knew he was there.
Yeah, like I don't think they have any big
Grudge against him.
reason. Yeah, not yet. He does, but to them, he's a nobody
I don't
right
even
now.
know you.
I don't even know who you are. Yeah, I think I'll agree on that. That's a big hint as to there's a big hint as to why in book two.
As to why
Just
what?
as to why he was so calm, maybe. She says, right after the even this way, they thought I had something to do with it. If he hadn't done it, I might be in jail right now. They would have hanged me. Yeah, that makes sense. Why a presumed Chandrian would be interested in Denna.
So he is a Chandrian. Okay.
Presumed.
Yeah. Thank you.
Confirmed.
Thank you for confirming that for me.
Is he? Wait. Well, I can't ask you up front. I'm gonna guess he's Cinder or someone related to Cinder. Presumed.
I don't know. My extrapolating brain has
Deduced. It's legit not confirmed. I also don't know. No shit, really? Oh,
third
we
book
love
hasn't come out.
Rothfuss. Nope. It's been. When did the second book come out? It was like fucking 2010 or something. It's insane like that.
I mean, that was only 5 years ago.
2011. That's insane. Oh my god, that's
Legitimately,
so insane.
2011 does feel
Gotta
like it
wait
was
for
five
book
years
three.
ago, doesn't it?
See, that's what we should do. We should wait for book 3 to come out, and then we can read book 2, and then book 3, and then we don't have to wait for that shit.
Yeah, I need a break from this book, from this
That's fair.
series.
That's fair.
It's a bit much.
Fair enough. Shall we read the next chapter?
Sure. Chapter 80, Touching Iron. Kvoth gives the Dracus the resin to kill it, but doesn't seem to kill it. And he follows it into the town, puts out the fires using sympathy, and then he drops an iron wheel on it using sympathy.
Mm-hmm.
Which was chaotic as all hell.
Yeah. And heavily symbolic of the religious story.
Right, yeah.
Yep. Which I liked. I was like,
and then he wakes up on the wheel.
It's like, what the fuck?
It's like the equivalent of like spearing somebody with a cross and then just being like splayed out on the cross when they find you.
Yeah. We gotta head over to Patrick Rothfuss's Twitch and bully him into finishing book 3/joking. Okay, but he does do a thing where whenever someone asks about like an update for book 3, I'm pretty sure he adds like another 2 months to the release date.
Maybe if we ask enough, it'll never come out. A lot happened.
The poor dragon.
But it was just action.
Yeah, I was gonna say like this was an interesting conclusion, but these 3 chapters, again, like I was saying, they kind of like molded or merged together for me as a like to be like, this is a story of what they did to the dragon. He wanted resin, he was high as balls, they threw resin at him, didn't work really, so then they threw a wheel on him, like, and then that was it. And I was like, oh, okay. Like it made sense.
It was a false Dracus.
False Dracus. The Dracus arc.
Not the true Dracus reborn.
Yeah.
The Dracus arc. I like that.
Like I think I was just so excited about the Dracus because I was like, oh, cool. Like, what if it like I think I was just maybe I just over excited myself.
Did you think it was going to be an Aragon?
No, would that be funny? No, I thought it was gonna be like, I don't know, it revealed something like it could like speak human tongue or something, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Like or like maybe it had some, maybe like it with the pet of a Chandrian or something. I don't know. Like maybe the blue fire was like like it was intentionally like, oh, it produced blue fire, and then you're like, oh, no Chandrian, okay. But then he shows up with a Chandrian, you're like, oh shit.
Right. The entire Dracus arc was unnecessary to the broader story. It was just,
yeah.
I mean, I guess you could say it developed him and Denna even more. But it really
it was a character arc.
It was just more of the same of their interaction between one another. Their relationship hasn't changed. It's just been constant.
Yeah. I mean, I would say Denna, this was the first time that I feel Denna opened up proper. Not fully, but she really has been... the longest
time he's been around her.
Yeah.
Alone, too.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I feel like this did deepen their relationship a little bit. Especially because it's been kind of like on again, off again of like, she's gone away and now she's back and then she's gone again and, you know, she's doing her thing.
Yeah.
I'm with Amy. Yeah. Like I wouldn't say it wasn't like, I was like, oh, like I didn't read this chapter and be like, I love them. They're such a cute couple. I hope they get together. I literally was just like, wow, that's really good of Denna to actually open up a little bit more for once, because she's basically not done any of that this whole book.
Yeah. Really. Yeah. I'm reminded of that one scene from the previous chapter where they go through the river. She's just like, come into the water, I'm naked. Come
like,
come and swim.
Kavas like, I am a respectable gentleman. Like... Yeah, that was pretty good. But yeah, I think I was just hoping more from the Dracus, but oh well. But it was a good character development, at least, or at least character slight growth, I guess, for Denna. Kavath wouldn't know what to do with tits anyway.
Where do I put them?
Pat. Pat the breasts. Am I doing it right? Hi, Les. came in on a good conversation. How are you? I'm on webcam. I don't know if you've seen me on webcam before, but here I am. We're doing book club.
They didn't teach us this in advanced sympathy.
Oh my god. But yeah, more or less, I agree. Like, other
Coal
than that,
fires,
just...
save it for the fanfic.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dracus.
Dracus. Maybe next chapter?
Chapter 81.
Maybe the next 2 chapters, because it's like a page long.
Kvothe is overly self-satisfied, falls and hits his head. Chapter 82. Yep. There's nothing to discuss there. That's the entire thing.
Yeah, no, literally, like, this is... Where is it? This one?
It's just a description of how he's like, yay! And then he falls.
It's like 3 paragraphs. Oh, there's an idea. I stopped by your birthday stream. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, no, you did right, because you came with the stream with the raid. Sorry, thank you. True. Now, there's an idea. Me just sitting here giving, because I don't know anything about what this book is.
It's about Kvothe talking about women in a creepy manner, and all the other characters acting towards women in a creepy manner. And Rothfuss actually fucking with your heartstrings. But like not in like a I'm sad way, but in like a Jesus Christ, stop it.
It's the story of this innkeeper who's telling his story of how he learned magic and went to university, and there he got a number of names for himself, and he's trying to tell the true story. So it's all told from his perspective.
Yeah. Then he goes to Hogwarts and
hey, yo, creeps. He goes to... Oh god.
Chapter 82, Ash and Elm. Kvothe goes to find Denna after all that, and she's gone. And then suddenly he gets a reputation as a demon slayer because he all that, and he kind of leans into it. And he learns that the Chandrian were looking for a decorated vase, and this is where I started to angrily write, and then realized that they're like 2 years apart.
Fair,
because he's like she was very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's depressed innkeeper. So I have a question. What the hell was the title referring to? He never mentioned Elm.
Yeah.
Or
it might just be referring to like the aftermath of the dragon. Like,
what does that have to do with Elm?
Well, a tree. Like,
it was an oak.
I guess because, well, Ash and Elm, isn't that a phrase? Not a phrase, but like
is that an idiom?
I think I've heard it before. I haven't heard Ash and Oak, that's for sure.
Well, it was the oak tree that caught fire.
True, yeah. Now I'm just getting Viking book pop-ups. What is this, Reddit? Tell me more, Reddit. Back to my question. I don't know.
Where the hell's my camera? I'm so confused.
Unless, because, like, yeah, I don't know. I assume it was just, like, picking a tree, but Scandinavian legend? Is it? Am I right? Is that where I'm getting it from? Because the book I'm thinking of is The Children of Ash and Elm, which is a book by Neil Price, I think. Like a nonfiction. But was it a reference to a?
I mean, ash is ash, obviously, but
Yeah, yeah.
elm. I mean, I see ash and
Oh,
elm listed a lot as like as a name for like breweries and stuff.
Ash and Elm were according to the. I don't know if this is right. According to the Norse, the first humans. No, that's not right. Because the first. Oh, now I'm thinking of the gods. Fuck, I don't remember what it
Ash
is.
was the first man, Elm was the first woman after Ragnarok.
After Ragnarok. Yeah, maybe that's what it. So then,
Right, but
what is that referring to with this chapter then, right? Because then, first man and woman. Maybe it's just because it's focusing on Kavath and Denna? But yeah, that must be where I was thinking. Maybe the woman on the vase. Oh, was there? What was the?
oh,
What was the
it
vase
was
decoration?
Cinder, and it was a drawing of Cinder and a woman.
Oh, like I did I fucking miss that? What the hell?
So
Maybe
that
I totally forgot
if
that.
that is the case, that's 100% confirmation that that's Cinder.
Uh. Oh, it was a vase showing the Chandrian and their signs. Uh, what are we? Pictures of what? People. There was a woman holding a broken sword. Wait, what are we talking about here? I'm on page 648. Um. Yeah, I totally forgot about this part. All right, let's read this. um. Good food. What did Mothin dug up? It's a lovely
Sorts of
name.
writings and pictures on it, really fancy, shiny silver
Really
and gold.
fancy. Big fancy pot.
There's one with no face, just a hood with nothing inside. There was a mirror by his feet and a bunch of moons over him. Full moon,
Yeah.
half moon, sliver moon. And there was a
And there was a
woman with
woman
some of
with
her
some of her
clothes
clothes
off,
off.
which is a
Ah.
very specific thing for you to notice.
Yeah.
Um, don't know
All
what the
foreign
writing
writing.
was,
Yeah.
but he mentioned it again,
In the chapter? Oh.
I think.
Uh. I don't think so. It's a stretch. Perhaps.
I mean, he does the whole giving her the charm to keep away demons.
Yeah, that's true. I think it might be also referring to just the idea of myth, because like the if we're talking about like Ash and Elm, like what Coron was saying, like that is a that's an Eddic poetry myth because it's from well, it's telling of Ragnarok. Um, so maybe, but yeah, I didn't think about that. I am surprised. I just don't remember that. It's been a while since I've read the beginning though, so interesting. I think it makes more sense as part of the ritual for burning the Dracus. Looking again.
Oh, he's what is that?
Dig a pit that's 10 by
Right there.
10, 10 by 2, Ashen Elm and Rowan 2.
Oh,
Oh. I totally missed that. What page is that?
646.
4-6.
Yeah, no, it's 100% that.
Oh, well, there you go.
Obviously.
Never mind.
I missed that line. I missed the that was the title.
Ashen Elm and Rowan 2. Yeah. Well, there we go. Mystery solved.
And that explains why it's Ash and Elm ...
And Rowan 2. Right. Makes sense.
And I guess it just sounded good. I don't know.
Maybe.
Detective. Um Anything else to say? What do you think that vase is?
Yeah, that so they dug that up near the site, right? I think.
Yeah.
Um,
And why did they
well,
want to
cause
destroy it?
yeah, because that was what they were going after, right? Because it was buried.
Well, I assume they wanted to destroy it, unless there was
Well,
something in it.
yeah, I assumed it was something of value. I don't think they would have wanted to destroy it. Um, I mean, it did kind of hint more to the Chandrian, and I know they like to keep a low profile generally. Um, having something be in it would be cool.
I mean, what are they gonna do? Kill every child that knows the nursery rhyme? Like,
Oh yeah, no, they don't care. Well, if it's not like, you know, that doesn't give a whole lot of information about them, but that vase sounds like it was like made by them. Or
specifically showing that them individually.
yeah. Yeah, either someone was like commissioned to make this vase and just like was given this information, or it was like something that was like culturally significant to them or something, and
What did I say?
they're like maybe they're like seeking them out.
All right.
If it's only a silly children's story, it's different from a real historical artifact.
There's There was a woman holding a broken sword, a man
Yeah.
next to a dead tree, and another man with a dog biting his leg. There was one with no face, just a hood and nothing else inside. That's Heliax.
Yeah.
And he had a mirror in his feet with moons, so Heliax is related to moons.
Which is interesting because they bring up the moon a lot in this book.
And there was a woman with some of her clothes off, so one of the Chandrians is topless.
Mm. Nice.
Nice. Sexy villains.
Unless it's depicting like a kind of ritual or something that's related to the moon. Maybe the Chandrian are from the moon.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
They're moon people.
They're aliens. They're celestials.
Okay, aside, because you mentioned that. So I was digging around in the annals of Wheel of Time history. And there's some evidence to suggest that Ogier are aliens.
What? How so?
I forget exactly what it was. It's on the wiki.
Okay.
But or at least like from another dimension, because they mention. They mention like going back to safety if they have to a safe to the not to the steading, like leaving the steading to go to the place of safety.
I thought they would have meant the steading. Oh, okay. Huh. Going to a safe place. Yeah, at least interdimensional. Which, I mean, makes sense, because, I mean... what's his name? He's the one who leads them through the ways.
As events in the world march towards Tarmon Gaiden, the Ogier have convened a great stump to consider what to do. Some have suggested opening the Book of Translation, which may be a ter'angreal or other device that will bodily transport the Ogier race to another, more peaceful world. This must happen, they say, in order for the Fourth Age to commence properly. At the same time, the Great Stump must consider the timing. They must win Tarmon Gaiden. Blah, blah, blah. According to this new evidence, the Ogier may have originally been from another planet or reality.
Okay. All right.
Not confirmed, and I think maybe a stretch. But perhaps. I love the idea.
In terms of the moon, what does that mean for Auri? I was thinking about that. Auri's the Chandrian confirmed.
Honestly, maybe.
She has like, well, I was gonna say like the only
like was or something, and they fucked her up because she wanted to leave or something, so they fucked her brain.
Yeah. Because like, is the only Chandrian described with white hair? Is it only Cinder? I don't think Heliax had white hair, right?
Heliax doesn't have a face.
Oh yeah, right. He has no face. What am I saying? Yeah, he's made of shadow, right? Because I was gonna say she kind of has like wispy white hair ish. White, not white, but like I think it's blonde. But
What is it? The first one, the woman holding
maybe
a
both
broken
Auri and Kvot's
sword.
families were killed by the Chandrian. Yeah, because we don't know what happened with her family.
That could be. Yeah, she's obsessed with moons.
Oh yeah, maybe I wonder if maybe it's like a like remember when I was talking about how I wondered if she was like if she'd gone insane or something, like if she'd come from the
Yeah.
asylum, like maybe like maybe the Chandrian killed her family, and then maybe it was during some kind of ritual during like a soul like a I don't know, like
Moonstice.
a new moon, you know, moonstice, um, a new moon or something, and then like she just had the obsession with that with moons and like that kind of like flowery language because it is kind of childlike in its
Mm-hmm.
base, right? Which made me think maybe she's lost a bit of her mind because she's definitely older than what I originally thought she was. I thought she was like 6. But no.
I'm
A
leaning.
trauma response,
I
yeah.
like that. I'm leaning towards she's a fae,
Also that,
but I'm.
because that is
I
because we
wonder
know
if
that
the.
they exist here.
I wonder
So
if the novella says.
maybe. I mean, you mean the new one that's coming out?
The
Fast?
silent regard of
Oh, the
silent
current one.
things.
The
It's
yeah.
it's about her.
Oh, it's about Auri. Oh,
Yeah, they
or
talk about
Hermione's
it in the back
protecting
of the
her.
book.
Yeah. Oh,
Deep
really?
below the university, there's a dark place. Few people know of it. A broken web of ancient passageways and abandoned rooms. A young woman lives there, tucked among the sprawling tunnels of the Underthing, snug in the heart of the forgotten place. Her name is Auri. She's full of mysteries.
Oh, okay.
Gives the
Cool.
reader a chance to learn things that only Auri knows. Sees
That's
the world
interesting.
through her eyes.
Her Auri eyes.
Our eyes.
Her Auri eyes.
Our eyes, my son.
Lord Vader. uh. Yeah, it's interesting. That the more that I think about it, that we're talking, I like that idea. And now I kind of want to read her novella.
I could read that. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, it's like a short little thing.
Seems light.
Yeah, I want to read Bass novella coming out. That's gonna be good. My boy.
Not sold on best.
Nah.
Let's see.
Hmm.
Chapter 83, Return. So it's only been 3 days. We were discussing before, like oh my god, he's gonna get in so much trouble for leaving. He was gone for like 3 days.
Yeah.
So he missed like 3 days of classes. So he was gone
Yeah.
for a weekend, basically.
Yeah. More or less.
So it's fine. Well, Kvothe goes home, settles his debts, and apologizes for leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that Rothfuss just not explained away, but just his entire involvement with Devi was just like subtly said. Like,
I went straight away to Devi's and gave her the single talent or whatever.
he didn't even say that. He said,
We docked in Imre a few hours after dawn, and I went straight away to Devi's. After some spirited bargaining, I gave her the Lodenstone and a single talent in order to wipe out my extremely short-term loan of 20 talents. I
oh,
still
no,
owed
no, no,
my
wait.
original debt.
I'm thinking of later.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Thinking of later.
Hey, Bo. Oh, yeah, Bo just walked across the screen.
After he gets the money from Ambrose, he pays off his... He says... Oh, I know. He says he buys a bottle of his own blood. That's the reference. And
I missed that.
Okay, so Devi's out of the novel now. Like, it doesn't need her anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he can always go back and borrow more.
She'll probably come back.
I'm sure she will.
Mm-hmm.
It just felt like a little bit like, hey,
it's fine.
it's Devi. We go talk to Devi. Come on.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ari's novella is quite different from the book. It's a neat change. Ooh,
Interesting.
maybe we'll have to check it out.
Give it a read.
Chapter 84. A Sudden Storm. Kvothe finds Denna, once again, with another man. Fuck you, Rothfuss. Ambrose breaks Kvothe's lute, and Kvothe accidentally calls the wind on him.
Yes.
And then Elida, he goes all kooky, and then Elodin says something weird to him, and it fixes his head.
Yeah. I quite like this chapter, actually.
I didn't like the beginning of the chapter, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting
feeling.
thing.
I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like, it's very similar to embarrassment or shame, like the feeling you get, or like you know, like the ears go hot, but there's also ice on the back of it. That's the feeling I get for that kind of stuff. Like it's like there's a cold layer on top of it. It's like, it's the feeling I get when I don't know, somebody sends me a text that I'm like maybe misinterpreting, that sort of feeling, or like the feeling when you send a risky text to someone, like that sort of thing. I get that constantly from like every interaction with Denna, and I hate it. It's not a nice feeling. It's a feeling that kind of makes me have to go curl up and read a book, but I'm reading a book, so
reading up, yeah. I mean, that's fair. I don't think it's, I mean, I'm sure, oh, hypo. I'm sure it's not meant to be a good feeling. Hold on, let me just get the cat. Get down, please. Get down. Oh God, you closed OBS. No, there we go. Okay. Dema's whole thing is like, you're not meant to feel good about it, and Kvothe just decides that he just wants to be there for her, and like that's it.
But we don't. That. I don't think he.
Yeah.
Means.
Oh
that.
no. Oh, I'm sure he doesn't. But it's just uncomfortable because you're like, well, she's a little like she's predictable, but it's unpredictable where they're going to go with her story, because ideally when we're presented with her as a character, as a love interest, we probably want to like her, and we want to be like, yeah, they'd be good together, maybe, like, or maybe her and another character. But she's just so guarded, and she just is with guys constantly.
I mean, he straight up is like, she's a cruel person. I mean, you can explain that away, but cruel is you don't get caught up in that. Like, if somebody is cruel to you, it doesn't matter why they're cruel to you. It doesn't matter whether it's their nature. That honestly, that makes it worse if it's just their nature to be cruel. Like, get out of there, buddy.
Yeah, I'll admit Denna is often a frustrating character, even though I like her a lot. Yeah, I don't really know how to feel about Denna overall. Like, I enjoy characters, like if I'm reading a book or something, where if it's supposed to be a story about how they like open up to others, maybe not fully, but just like that's generally a nice story. But it's a lot of like, what is the term? Like, one step forward, two steps back.
She hasn't had any character growth. We've just learned more about her.
Yeah. And even then, we still don't know a whole lot about her, which is a shame as the reader, because I get it, like that's her nature, but like I feel like we need more, I guess. And I don't know if we'll be given that even in book 2 much. Like, especially because she's a character who, like, Kvothe puts on a pedestal, more or less.
Yeah, and
like even when he started,
something happened to her at some point.
Yeah.
So
I assume we find out in book 3, but
what do you think he meant by tragedy? Just the whole thing, like with the dragon. Because he was like, "Oh, tragedy is about to happen," and we were like, "Uh-oh, she's gonna
Yeah,
die."
what was that in this chapter? I can't
No, it was the
remember. Or
last
was that at the
chapter.
beginning?
It was the last chapter that we read last time.
Oh, when I read that, I remember I assumed, I was like, oh god, is someone gonna die? I would say it's his loot. He often talks about his loot
That
as
was
a person,
so many
as
chapters
a
later though. That was at the
was
beginning.
it?
Yeah, that was like during the dragon thing.
Wait, when? Oh, sorry,
Chap
I misinterpreted.
yeah,
Then I thought that
chapter
you had said it was
76 is when he said it. I think
76.
end of 76.
Well, I mean, the tragedy would be killing the dragon.
Right? Did he mean that? Is that what he meant? Did he mean the tragedy of the? I or did he? Because I thought he was somehow referring to like her taking the resin or her like disappearing, or
That could also count. Yeah, I would say so. I'm trying to find that ending to the chapter so I can read it.
I guess yeah. Altogether, they're a
I watched her
tragedy,
sleep
huh?
with the competent boy. No idea how foolish he is, or what unexpected tragedies, plural, the following day would bring. Yeah, so I would say probably would be the dragon, him worrying if Denna's gonna live or not,
So
her leaving
so here's my thought on
a
that.
town. Yeah.
When you call something a tragedy,
Mm-hmm.
that's different than tragedy, the concept. A tragedy, for me, when I hear something's a tragedy, I think, okay, like there was a mass shooting, a bunch of people died.
Yeah.
Versus if you say something was tragic, I'm like, oh, maybe you broke your fell off a bike and broke your leg and will never be better. That's okay. That's pretty tragic. But like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't call that a tragedy. Or I guess
Yeah.
my goalposts are different for tragic versus tragedy.
I think so.
I would consider the
Because
things that happened the following day tragic, but I
that's
would
fair.
not consider them tragedies. Maybe the Dracus died.
Yeah.
Maybe that, but
Yeah, I think that just kind of comes down to like word, like what that would mean to Kavoth. Because like, I mean,
I love to split
because
hairs about language. You know that.
well, because it's vague enough when you read it, where you're like, oh, a tragedy, and then you immediately think of what you envision to be a tragedy, right? And then you would see that, and then you'd be like, oh, what was the tragedy? Well, the burning of like the messing up of the town, the dragon dying, yes, but I agree in that I would say it would be tragic, but I can 100% also see how Kavoth would see that as a series of tragedies, because I mean,
it feels like the word feels too powerful for what actually happened.
yeah,
But
but it's not really a tragedy for Kavoth himself.
because I was expecting something a lot
True.
worse, so when this
Same,
crap
yeah.
did happen, I wasn't upset by it, or like I wasn't. I was like, oh okay, whew.
Mhm.
like okay, that's a
Well,
good thing. Like
so I wonder
the
about
loss
this
of the
too
Denerism,
because
yeah,
yeah, oh yeah, massive loss.
such a
So
tragedy.
lost.jpg. Um, I was you mentioning that makes me also think of, remember in the previous one of the previous chapters, and this was before like before Kavoth got ambushed by the people in the alleyway. Um, like a few chapters before that, where Kavoth was like, "Little did I know of the absolute horror and awful,
Yeah,
like little to know that he was that Ambrose was going to try to kill me," and I was like, "Oh damn, all right, like, geez," and like since then I was like, does he for sure assume it's the goons who attacked him? Because, like, other than that,
yeah.
like, we never get a confirmation that Ambrose was involved at all with that.
There's been zero proof, is there?
Yeah, and the only, like, direct attack that Ambrose has made against him is destroying his loot in this chapter.
Maybe that was killing him, trying to kill him.
Killing me softly, killing a piece of his soul.
But he said tried to kill, so he couldn't have meant that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So that's why I was just like, like that was another like subverted expectation because I honestly thought with that ending I was like, oh, he's going to kill him and he's going to try to kill him in the next two
Yeah,
chapters.
he's
He's
gonna
going to make an
like
attempt on his life.
he's gonna like come
Like,
at him with a sword or something, or
yeah,
like try to use sympathy to like knock him off a cliff, or I don't know,
yeah, stop his breath or something. Yeah,
drive him to suicide
Dr-
for breaking his loot.
breaking the loot. And only 30 chapters later. Like it was a while. um that was just, yeah, it just reminded me of it now that we're talking about
Yeah.
like expectations.
Hey,
Mhm.
that is a complaint I have about the book. Is
That's fair.
his the or maybe it's just Kvoth's storytelling style, but it
Perhaps.
he uses too grandiose of words and descriptions, and then the thing that happens is kind of mid because of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he spends 3 chapters talking about how like absolutely perfect a woman is, and like how like she's like this
Mid.
wild animal, and then just like Dennis shows up and it's like, okay, this is a human woman. Cool. She's pretty.
Yeah. I do think that what you're saying though, I do think that that actually is a downfall for like of Kavath's storytelling because every time
Yeah.
it's been, you know, him building it up and then it was, you know, so in our minds we like we because he's vague enough, usually he'll be like, oh, Ambrose tried to kill me, or let me tell you about the most beautiful woman ever, because it immediately goes to our expectations of what's going to happen, and he's not
It does fit with
necessarily.
his background
Yeah,
as a performer,
yeah, which is really
a
like
stage
I
performer. Yeah.
actually kind of like I mean, upon initially reading it I was like, oh, like I was like kind of thrown off, but that's kind of a neat way to do it.
I
um
don't like reading it, but
Fair. Yeah.
if that's an intentional thing, I like that he did a good job of that. But
I like to
it
think that
just
it's intentional, but it's hard to tell, right? Yeah.
it's uncomfortable to read.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Fair.
like lots of wildly swinging emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a boring homebody.
Who loves Wheel of Time? Go read the series. 15 books.
Speaking of,
Actually, don't
I
remember.
think I've mentioned I want to do a watch party. I think I'm gonna start on Tuesday.
Yeah,
This
this coming
coming
Tuesday.
Tuesday, and
Yeah.
we don't have to watch that show. I kind of just want to get a regular watch party going
Yeah, yeah.
for anything. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but that is something that I want to watch with people, so I'll probably start with that.
That's fair. I'm down to watch Wheel of Time again.
I'll post in the Discord about it too.
Hmm.
The Discord that I've co-opted.
Yeah. Well, it's a group Discord. It's fine. Whatever.
Mine's dead all the time anyway, so who cares?
Nah.
I mean, even that's a group Discord. But
Can we watch Phantom of the Opera? Glow, I have a question for you. What version of Phantom would you like to watch? I have at least 6.
the good one.
I have at least 6. 6 good ones.
You know what
All
I
of them
learned?
sick.
There's 2 movies called Silence of the Hams that both came out within 2 years of each other.
No.
They're completely unrelated. One of them has Billy Zane in it.
What?
They're both comedies. One of them has Billy
That's
Zane.
the one we should watch.
I
Billy
think
Zane.
they're both comedies. The other one has Danny DeVito in it.
I mean, they both sound amazing.
I mean, the one with Danny DeVito was an interesting plot. It was sorry, it's not called the Billy Zane one's The Silence of the Hams, whereas this one is Silence of the Hams, and it came out 2 years earlier.
Yes.
It is.
How about Dead End, Phantom of the Opera? Oh, Guru, you reminded me of the musical episode of Dead End. It was so good. Amy, you and me, Milt put on our own production. Hell yeah, that sounds great.
Silence of the Hams, 1992. It's Fu Manchu has gained possession of a machine that can put him in classic movies and destroy them in an aid to dominate the world's movies by having only his films available to the public. Private Eye Rickshaw and his accomplices are out to investigate this and put a stop to his men.
Private Eye Rickshaw. Incredible.
I just got that, yeah. And apparently it's Australian, I think.
That's so good.
Danny DeVito plays himself in archive footage.
Okay.
What?
Real question. Are you sure you want to start with Wheel of Time? That sounds incredible. Oh my god.
That sounds weird. And it has like 2 stars, I think.
It sounds like a B movie, yeah. It'll be real. Sounds like Zardoz, like that kind of level of quality.
I thought I saw something about Australia.
By the way, no one please watch Zardoz. It is a bad movie. It's got Sean Connery and he's in a thong for most of it.
It has 2.5 stars on IMDb.
That's 1.5 more than I thought.
Yeah, but what is it on Rotten Tomatoes? That's the question.
0.
1.
Nice. Well, it's the lowest score they can
1
give. I don't know if
star.
they give 0.5. Drink space juice. It's the quenchiest.
Space juice.
Space juice. It's my.
Is it a decal on your water bottle? Or
Yeah.
is it actually space juice?
You'll never know.
It's distilled astronaut piss. Hey, where do you think it goes after it recirculates?
That almost came out my nose. Thank you. Oh boy. You keep drinking.
What time do you think is a good time to watch a movie or a TV show episode? I'll probably do 2-hour blocks as well because that fits a movie.
I'd do 7 to 9 then.
7 to 9.
Mm.
All right, that makes sense. No, don't ban me.
What do I got going on next week? I don't even know.
Wait, you're a mod. You can actually ban me. I think.
You can.
Or can you not ban other mods?
No, I don't think you can ban other mods. No.
Am I banned?
Oh, sick. No, we tried.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I was worried there for a second because it didn't show up on the chat, so it was a working command.
Yeah.
Like the auto chat thing.
Yeah. But can you ban Ekami? No, because I also count as a mod.
It's also your channel.
I think I do anyway.
You're also the owner of the channel.
Yeah. I could try to ban Ekami. Fine, go for it. Try it.
Won't work.
All right. Is it just the ban command? Like the exclamation point?
Yeah, I think.
Twitch and its secrets. Ban Ekami, my stream just stops. Everything breaks, yeah. Can I ban myself?
I don't think so. There's no way that's a thing they didn't think about.
That would be hilarious. That'd be so funny. Nah, go for it. Ban me.
It just deletes you from the database.
I don't exist anymore.
Universe
I only exist on
collapses
Twitch.
in on itself.
Yeah. The singularity happens one more time.
All right, let's get back to the book.
All right, no ban.
All right, just before that, confirmed.
Okay.
7 on Tuesdays.
Yes.
Is watch party night.
Big Bang 2. Yes.
And I will. My plan is to do a private stream.
Yeah.
Which doesn't exist. The way you do private streams is by just not advertising them. So don't advertise them. You just make a chat.
Then you totally shouldn't go to the Discord, and you totally shouldn't join in on Tuesdays at 7.
I have conflicting things Well, I don't want to stream it over Discord because that's trash. Um,
It
but
says I can ban Ekami.
oh yeah,
Really? You tried to ban me though. It didn't work.
no, he didn't actually try it
I thought he did.
with an
Yeah. Ban.
uppercase. I don't know if it matters.
Well, I don't think so. I dare
Um,
you. Fucking go for it.
but I was like thinking, oh, maybe this could become like a thing, like Tuesday watch party nights. But if it becomes a thing, then it becomes a problem.
Yeah, and I can for sure say like I cannot commit every single Tuesday. I can never commit every single week anyway to to anything. There goes my phone.
Yeah, how dare you?
How
That's
dare I?
that's.
Oh.
All right.
But I did want to talk about. Hold on. Let me not look at my phone when I'm actually saying things. Okay. I did want to talk a bit about this chapter in terms of, well,
Here's
two
a
things.
sec.
So,
answer my dad.
oh yeah, no worries. Post it in Discord. Try a timeout if you're chicken. All right. Well, you check that. I'll check Discord. Never mind. I can't check Discord on my phone.
For what?
Guru says he posted something. Oh, cannot ban broadcaster. Fuck yeah. That's so funny.
I got my parents have been in driving around the country.
Nice.
And they're coming back along my where I am, so they're gonna stop in tomorrow. And I'm like, they're like, we're gonna stop at your place tomorrow. I'm like, I have a thing. I'm not gonna tell you what it is.
Oh, that's fair. I am unavailable.
Oh, you know what it is.
I do.
But I don't know. I don't feel like that's something I want to talk about with my parents.
That's fair. That's something you want to do. Don't have to tell them about it.
I don't know. I feel like it's something you tell people about after.
Yeah, because you could tell them about the experience. You could be like, I had fun, or it was all right.
All right,
Ekami is invincible and random
actually
man,
get
like a
back to
medieval
the
lord.
book.
Yes.
Where were we?
So we were on
chapter
yes.
85.
Wait, so could I talk a bit about chapter 84? There was like two things.
Yeah,
Sorry.
We missed the entire wind thing.
Yeah. So
sorry.
So no, it's cool. So I wanted to say that. So first of all, when Ambrose throws his loot at Kavath and he tries to catch it, he misses. It falls to the ground, just cracks. And at that point in the book, Kavath utters a name under his breath that he doesn't know, he doesn't remember. And then the book describes like a great, huge, massive gust of wind coming in and just buffeting the corridor, and then Kavath like passes out, I'm pretty sure. And then he gets taken to the infirmary, I guess, and then the Eladin comes in and he whispers something in your ear, something in his ear, and then he calms the hell down because he has like a swirling storm in his head. So then reading that, I was like, oh, he literally just called the name of the wind. Holy shit! Like that's, but like he wasn't really even.
He did the name of the book.
He did. The funny thing was, I read this whole thing and I went, this is straight out of a fucking anime. Oh my god. Like, this is literally the chosen character being like, I have sudden power. Huh? And then he just does it, right? I just laughed. But
it's also like
what
episode 4 of Wheel of
Time. But what I liked about it was it gave a little bit more information into like the power of naming in terms of like where it might draw its power from, because like
it comes from the god
emotion and yeah, on the side it was related to emotion in this case, because he felt such anger and just like resentment, like he basically wanted to kill Ambrose, and then he just didn't have control of himself and did it. And then he couldn't control it after, because I don't think he could hold the storm in his body is what I kind of got
What did
from
he
that.
say? He's just like straight up, give it to me or I will kill you.
Pretty much, yeah. Just steps forward. He's like, give, or I will murder you. It definitely feels like names come when they're needed. Kavoth has the power of yeah. Yeah, it comes when they're needed. That's an interesting thing. What do you think Eladin said to Kavoth? Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear.
Well, I mean, it sounds like the we know from later on what it does, but
Yeah, it's a calming thing.
I mean, he didn't say what the name of the wind was either. It's
No.
obviously in some like other language.
Yeah. Maybe it's the foreign language of the Chandrian.
Or the tongue. Yeah, the old,
or the
old
Siaru.
tongue. Yeah.
Or the old tongue, true.
God damn it.
No. Kavoth just said one sock in Siaru. The poor, oh my god, that was so good. Yeah, so I don't know, I just really like this chapter. I was like, that's neat. Does it have to be in human language?
I mean, a human has to be able to produce the sound with their mouth.
I mean, it could be it has to be a sound, a guttural thing. Or can the name of the wind just be sound, not part of any language?
Yeah, maybe he just went.
Call the name of the wind. Yeah. Until we meet again.
Humans can make sounds not part of a language, but it does have to be something humans can do.
Or combinations of sounds. Yeah, like it was probably like a guttural thing. Yes, that's exactly what it is. He just sounds possessed by a demon. Even if the sounds themselves are part of the language, am I making sense?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we'll ever actually learn the name of the wind. I think it's up to our interpretation.
Like the world serpent. Whatever the fuck he says.
Oh, in God of War.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean what he says? You read those stories, and I'm like, oh wait, no, God of War. Right.
There's no world serpent in Wheel of Time, unfortunately.
The name of the wind is written in this chapter. Wait, was it? I don't remember.
What? He didn't actually say what he said, did he?
I don't think so. Arseldi. Isn't that what he said to him? Arseldi. Is that in this chapter? Page 661. Oh, it's after this chapter. No, it is in this chapter.
I opened my mouth to howl, to cry, to curse him, but something other tore from my throat, a word I did not know and could not remember.
So that's what Eladin said.
Yeah, and then later...
I think that it's not the name of the wind. It's something that's to calm the storm inside Kavoth. Name of the wind, Chad. It's the first thing he says, and Simon hears it as wind, but Kavoth hears it as Aeroslev. Simon hears it as wind? Oh, Simon said somewhere. Is Simon Siaru? Shaldish? I don't think so.
No. So I think what happened here is Eladin and Kavoth were both speaking in name.
Oh.
And so when someone says the name of the wind, it sounds like they just say wind and the wind comes. Right.
Okay.
Because remember what's his name? Eladin just walked the stone. He's like, stone.
Oh yeah, and he was like, what the fuck? They changed it.
Because I don't think he actually said stone. That's just
no, he probably said the name. Yeah. Oh, so like you only understand it as name if you're speaking in name.
Yeah.
Whereas Kavasa he just said stone.
That's how I interpret
That's an interesting idea. Okay. I didn't catch that.
When I read this at first, I thought he was speaking in whatever language Simon speaks. And I was
Yeah,
like,
but Simon is a
why is he
Turin,
saying
I
wind
think.
in that language? But
Yeah,
I see that now, yeah.
yeah. That's interesting. I kind of like that.
So he was, I guess, checking to see if he was stuck in name mode.
Stuck in name mode, yeah. It's like, are you
Please,
speaking English? No? Okay.
stuck in name mode. Please reboot.
Please reboot. he, he says something to calm him down, and then he just from inside Kavas' body is just like the Windows boot ups like sound like boom, or like the Mac
Dun, dun,
OS
dun,
one.
dun.
BG Loves beat me to the reboot joke. Ah. That's interesting. I hadn't caught that.
Man, yeah. Remember when Windows used to make noise when it started?
Yep.
Does Apple still just do dun when it starts, or have they changed
I don't
that?
think so. I think they changed it.
They also removed it.
Yeah.
Dur, 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 dur. That's the Windows XP one.
Oh yeah. Wow, 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 wow. Ba-doom. Foom.
Makes you wonder what the second thing Aladdin says is.
Yeah, because he doesn't actually say what it is.
He says it's just
says
something to.
he leaned forward, he spoke, and the storm stilled. Like Kavath didn't fully hear. Interesting. Anyway, that was the main pieces that I wanted to talk about for that chapter. It was just emotion and I guess naming. I didn't think about that. About the way it's spoken.
Yeah, yeah, that was
It's
interesting.
a neat idea. Yeah. And anime, correct.
God and anime on our side.
Yes, indeed.
Chapter 85. Hands against me. Kvarth gets expelled for malfeasance. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Yep.
Alright, chapter 86. The fire itself. Kvoth gets expelled for malfeasance. And raised to Relar to study naming under Eldon. Eldon tells him about names, and I was wondering if this was his getting expelled, like when he said I was the youngest to be expelled from the university.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny. If that's his.
That'd be pretty funny. I like that.
And then, but later on, in the end, he says, or towards the end, he says that Ambrose, later did a thing that would force him to leave, but he didn't say kicked out. He just said forced to leave. So
yeah.
I wonder if I think this might have been his
expelling.
Expelling.
Yeah, that would be great because that whole sequence, I laughed so hard. I went, oh, these all of the masters are just fucking with them. That's great. They're like, you're expelled. You're fine.
You're unexpelled.
Anyway, all in favor of getting him unexpelled? Yeah, cool. Anyone all in favor of raising him to Raylar? Yeah, cool. All right. It was so good. I didn't consider the possibility this was the expulsion he mentioned. Yeah, that'd be funny. That would be in line with Kavoth's. He seems kind of a cheeky person, so I can see that.
I don't know. I didn't picture him as having a very thick ass.
Got them cheeks. Clap of his ass cheeks is alerting the Chandrian constantly.
Oh no.
Oh no. Would. I definitely figured this was the expulsion. That's great. I hadn't thought about that. That's really fun.
It's classic Rothfuss too.
Averting expectations. Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, Eldon tells him all about the names and stuff, and I think he basically says what I was just explaining.
Yeah.
But in a more confusing way.
Yeah.
But Kvoth's like, he doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Kavoth, look out. Oh no, he can't hear us. He's got AirPods in. Perfect.
Oh yeah, and Eladin admits the door exists and calls it
Yes.
Valeritas or something.
Yes.
Valoritas. I assume that's his name for it. Oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if he told Kvoth the name of it.
Probably.
As in, like,
I mean,
the
but
name.
Kavoth heard that. Yeah.
So Kvoth can now get into
Can now
it.
break down the door. Yeah.
I think that's what he did.
I mean, Eladin's just just a little shit, so that's fair.
I thought at first it was an exclamation in his language, but just
no.
I think it was.
You don't aim for small secrets. He clapped me on the back as if I just made an especially good joke. Valeritas, God, I can still remember what it was like standing down there looking at the door, wondering.
He says it again.
Yeah. Does he say it twice?
He says it multiple times.
Valeritas.
Where is it? What page?
I thought it was just an explanation, as if the book doesn't have enough. Yeah. I thought he only said it once. That would be interesting, though.
I thought for sure he said it twice. Maybe it is just an exclamation.
It might be. Is Eladin... What is Eladin's background? I don't remember. Valeritas.
I remember thinking when reading it, he said that twice. But maybe.
Some people speculate it means secret. We see Valeritas on 2 occasions on the 4-plate door.
Are you looking up spoilers?
I guess so. Not. It sounds like it's a exclamation of some kind.
Oh, you know what I was thinking? He meant he says God and then he says merciful Telu.
Yeah. God, merciful Telu.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, if he says it multiple times, he's like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's definitely not the name of the door. Yeah, maybe. It could be the name of the door, though. Like, I mean, I would not put it past Eladin to just do that. He's a shit disturber. He absolutely would do that. He's like, I like you. Go check out the library. You'll be fine. Valeritas is what's carved on the door. Oh. Is that what you were thinking? When does he say it? Like you said you were right, so he mentioned it twice.
Well, maybe he mentioned it when he looked at the door.
When he looked at the door. Oh God, what chapter was that? Yeah.
Who knows, man?
I was way back. Yeah.
Was it one of your chapters or one of mine?
I think it was yours. 317. Corwin coming in, saving us a whole lot of time. Yep. In its center, between the untarnished copper plates, a word was chiseled deep in the stone. Valeritas. I
win. I have won book club.
You have won the game. Thank God for EPUBs and text search. Nice. Hell yeah. All right, well, now we know. Okay, its name is Valeritas.
I'm still waiting for those smart contacts that let me look at a book and just like do that. And, like,
I just lost the game. Book. Sorry, Glow. No. Sorry, what?
I'm waiting for those smart contacts that let me just do a data and like flip through the book and
of a physical book.
Yes, I have read the book.
I've absorbed all of the words now. What a good story.
Oh no, I just lost the game.
No. Also, the purported title of book 3 is Doors of Stone. Oh, fair.
Are you telling me he doesn't even get into the door in book 2?
Oh, I highly doubt it. Rothfuss likes to really draw out the story. I would not be surprised.
It's a dragon.
It's a Dracus.
No, it's a dragon.
It's a proper dragon.
Yeah. It's where they keep the Chandrian. If
He's changing.
if he ends up at one point acquiring a random key, 100% sure, then I'm like, yes, that is one of the keys to the thing, because it's like he's collecting keys like a side quest, or like not like a side quest, like a multiple many-fold quest. You know what I mean? Like, here's this door with 4 locks. Now go to the 4 corners of the earth and find the 4 keys. This key 1 is in the lava dimension. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It's Denna's bedroom.
Oh yeah, where she grew up.
You good?
Yep. Sorry, I was just checking something.
Where's my page?
674, I think. No, we did this one.
No, that's not that page. I meant. in
Oh no,
book.
we are on that one.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Chapter 87. Kvothe asks to see Auri's underthing, and accidentally starts playing Horizon Zero Dawn. And I said, I imagine that this is the old university that Eladin had just mentioned, under the current university. He said there was an old university, and then the new university was built on top of the old university.
Was built on top of it. Yeah.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah, so he follows. That's the chapter where he follows Auri into the sewers, right? And like sees the whole.
Yeah. He's like, Auri, did you just make a joke?
She's like, yeah, I'm fucking with you. It was so funny. I really like Auri now. She grew on me a bit. No, this whole bit about the under thing was very much a look under there, underwear vibe. Yeah, that was interesting. And so now, how does this chapter end? Because it was they were talking about the university, the old one.
It was like the few pages before that. It was in the chapter before when he was talking to Eladin.
Yeah.
He gave that whole story about where the namers came from.
Yeah. And then this was also the chapter where Kvothe actually, the end of the chapter, Kvothe gets interrupted too. Because the next one is an interlude. So it's like, so that was an interesting thing because we don't often get that.
Oh, yeah. He was
like an interjection in the story. I was like, oh. Because like when there is an interlude, usually it's just Bast being like, Reshi, let me get you a cup of something, like, or like, I don't like you, chronicler, like it'll be Bast like asking a question or something.
Have you seen Owl House yet?
No, I have to.
Because sometimes when I do the sound, I'm doing Skeletor. Sometimes I'm doing King.
Oh, nice. Yeah, but it was interesting. Like, it was an interesting chapter to learn about, like see the description of the old university and like.
It makes me want to read the Auri book.
Yes, I agree. I want to read the Auri book now. Now I'm just interested.
Do you know what it gave me a quick not nostalgia, but just like remembrance of. What was the name of that book series? It was the city that was underground. Something Embers.
City of Ember.
City of Ember, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I
read it. I read the first one.
The first one, yeah. I didn't.
Me too.
They came above ground. Like, what's the point? And stopped.
Yeah, I was just like, we're out of here now.
The whole point of this, gay owl. Yes.
I had to sneeze.
I started watching Amphibia, and so I started watching Owl House, and I was like, yes, this is Gravity Falls. I started watching Amphibia, and I was like, oh, this is a children's show. So I stopped. I didn't get that from Owl House when I started watching it.
Is the Owl House a slice of life spin-off of Guardians of Ga'Hoole? I don't think so.
I don't know what that is.
You didn't read Guardians of Ga'Hoole? It's a children's similar vibe to what was it, Silverwing? If you read those ones,
Are these
the Bat
Canadian
books.
things?
No, I don't think so. They're youth, like young adult, but also just youth stories where you're following like an animal and they're humanized. So it's like their journey, and they're like in the like the Guardians of Ga'Hoole is like you're following owls, and there's a whole kingdom of owls, and there's like this tiny one who's going on a grand adventure.
Glow says, I think it's Willow from Owl House. I apparently give off the same vibes as.
Ah.
What is stopping you from dressing like Willow and becoming a plantmancer?
Plantmancer. Next, you'll tell me you've never read the Warrior series. I actually didn't read the Warrior series.
What's
the
that?
only it's the cat one. If you've ever, it's cats. It's the same kind of story, but it's cats.
Cats 2019.
God no. Silverwing was awesome though. I love Silverwing. It was Silverwing Night. Was it Nightwing? No, there's Silverwing, Firewing, and some other one. The Bat one was great.
There was a book.
Memories all alone in the moon.
There's a really weird book I remember reading as a kid. And I didn't really understand. I think it was slightly above my pay grade then. And it was like Bartholomew or
Bartimaeus.
Something like that.
The Amulet of Samarkand, Bartimaeus, and
he's like
Nathaniel.
He's like a djinn or whatever.
Yeah, that was good shit. I love that. I only read the first two. There's 3 of them.
So was that like a young adult book or?
Yeah.
Okay, because
I would say so.
I think I was too young for it at the time because I didn't really. I mean, I knew I perceived what was going on, but I'm not sure I really understood it.
Bartimaeus was a fucking. He was great. He was just snarky.
I read that as Bartimeus, but.
That's fair.
And we know your pronunciations are wrong, so.
Oh, what was the one that I revealed the one time and I was like, no! Fuck, what was it?
Eladin, wasn't it? No, it was his
dad's
name.
His dad's... Fuck, what was his dad's name?
Eladin.
I still would call him that.
No,
what?
it's very similar to that.
No.
It was,
yeah.
It's Arladin.
Geladin.
Yeah. Geladin.
What?
Arladin. Arledin.
Oh, yeah. Arledin. Arledin. Yeah, it's fine. I like Arledin better. That's fair.
Need more characters.
No, I thought it was
Bartholomew. I would put a Bartholomew in my book if I gave anybody in that book a normal name.
Bartholomew.
But I didn't, so fair. Maybe I could fuck up the name Bartholomew a bit. Throw it in.
Oh, nice. There was a book I had that I think was also I'm missing things. Above my reading level, and all I remember is the cover was like teal blue and black and white, and there was stuff about sinkholes and possibly a city in the sinkhole.
Wait, what is Bart's full name? Is it
Bartholomew Simpson? I don't know.
What other name could that be?
I think it has to be Bartholomew. Yeah, because doesn't he call him Bartholomew?
I don't know.
His middle name is Jojo, I think.
This is some deep ass lore. It's
deep Simpsons lore. Oh my god. I'm trying to think of the book that Glow's thinking of.
What book?
They described a cover. The cover was like teal blue and black and white, and there was stuff about sinkholes and possibly a city in the sinkhole. I don't think I can envision it.
Holes.
That's not teal and black and white. There was something to do with Girl Scouts as well. Oh no, I definitely don't know it then.
Did you ever read The Mysterious Benedict Society? I don't remember if I read that one.
No, but I think I heard of it.
There was another one that I read, and I forget what the name of it was, but it was about it was one of those like kids get together and do an adventure thing, but it was about a boy named Max who lived in a firehouse, and that's pretty much all I remember about it.
Yeah. Okay.
No, wait, did he live in a firehouse? I think he lived in a firehouse.
I read the first one, and there's a series of it on Disney Plus. There you go.
Taken down? Why? I feel like that description I just gave is enough for somebody who's read it to know what I'm talking about. Just a boy named Max who lived in a firehouse.
As an 11-year-old, I read a sci-fi story by Arthur C. Clarke where people learn to harness wormholes to instantly see through space and time, and it destroys all concept of privacy since anyone can spy on anyone anywhere.
Hot.
Take that to the spicy channel.
Oh, we're not done with the book.
No, we're not. Back to chapters. Actually, we should get to the interlude because that was the interruption.
Oh, yeah. Okay, chapter 88. Interlude. Looking. The usual crowd appears, and they are attacked by some random sort of demon-ass thing in a man's body. And Bast tells Chronicler not to mention Kvoth's failed sympathy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he tries to use sympathy, or he seems to try to use sympathy by breaking the bottle and then like trying to like say something under his breath, but nothing happens. And also the guy who got possessed by a demon or something was the guy who mugged Chronicler. One of the guys who mugged Chronicler at the beginning.
Yeah. Which is a weird coincidence. If it's a coincidence.
Yeah. And the way that I mean he moved and just like it made me think of the Skrull. Like,
oh, you think maybe he was like Skrull infected or whatever?
Maybe. I mean, he like coughed up like black. I was like, oh.
He bled black, I thought.
Was it blood? Oh, okay.
Inside the Shadow City.
I
wonder if I'd recognize the cover.
Yeah, but that was also interesting too about Kvoth being unable to use sympathy because we haven't. I imagine that might be something that's maybe. I mean, probably something that's brought up in book 3, but maybe something that's like beginning to happen in book 2, maybe. Because something would have had to happen to him for him to just not be able to use it. And even like he hasn't used sympathy at all until in present day when he's telling the story. Like even when he fought the Skrull, he took a fucking knife to them. Like he was just like, no, get away. They're demonic.
I think he just needs to take his little blue pill.
But this is the first time that he genuinely tries. Like he was just like, I see no other point, and then it doesn't work.
Didn't he do it earlier to scare Chronicler in one of the other interludes?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
Like he lit something on fire.
Did he?
Or like no, he broke a glass from afar or something.
Oh. I think he did near the beginning before he started talking. Because he had to clean up the glass.
Yeah. Because
so maybe he can't. Mad. Yeah, I think when he was talking about dinner,
he's had the fire burned out of him. Get by the Chandrian.
Yep.
He's got cold blood now.
Yeah.
He's a lizard. He's lizard people.
Yeah, 100%. It's the lizard. They live among us. So maybe it's certain spells or certain acts of sympathy.
Maybe. I don't know.
That or he gets really anxious.
I feel like it's more like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. From the sounds of things, it sounds
That's
like
fair.
It sounds like impotence.
He's very apathetic and doesn't have the will to do anything, and sympathy is all about willpower. Yeah, that's true. He is very, like, some shit went down with this boy, and this man is broken. But that was also a long chapter too. Like that was
by far the longest interlude.
I think so. Yeah, most interludes are incredibly short.
So he tells the boy it's a demon.
Yeah.
Which in reading that I was like, oh, okay, cool. This was a demon. That makes sense. But later, Bast admits there is no such thing as demons. Only Fae.
Yeah. So then what are the Scrael?
Yeah.
I mean, they already established earlier that the Scrael aren't demons by their definition because I think he said you may as well call them demons because
Yeah, they're
that's
monsters.
that's what you'll tell people. Yeah, monsters.
Monsters
Yeah,
Inc.
get that good hydration. Thank you.
But I don't know. It felt very demony, didn't it? Like if anything was
It
going to be a
did.
demon, that's it. Like all the other stuff, people were like, "Oh, that's weird. It must be a demon." No, that was a demon. Like
Yeah, who had done something to this man because he was not himself. He was also very fixated on like looking for something, and then when he like saw Chronicler, he was like, "You." And I was like, "Oh no." Like he just
did
because
he?
he would like grab his yeah
No,
because he approached
I thought he
right
was going after Chronicler because Chronicler like stabbed him in the stomach. Chronicler made the first move.
did he
Yeah, he went up to him
oh
with a
okay
sword. Or
oh okay
no,
so
he
then he would
took
have
his
seen him as
sword.
a threat then
Yeah.
yeah because then he grabbed the blade broke it as he was walking towards him as it's like driving
He
into his
just
shoulder or whatever
blade. Ugh.
yeah yeah the whole thing I was like oh no like he just doesn't feel anything like that was I mean I was like oh possession that makes sense um
Well, he doesn't feel anything. It didn't seem like it was slowing him down either.
no yeah Chronicler needs to chill the fuck out. That's the second time he's made the first attack. Oh yeah, that's right because he made an attack on Bass too. Oh my god, Chronicler's got trigger fingers.
Big iron, big
What happened to
iron.
the? Did they kill the guy? The demon? Oh yeah, the blacksmithy, the apprentice. He
What?
burned him.
He
Yeah,
no, he hit him like
or
a
hit him a bunch of times
million
with the
times
iron.
with
I mean,
iron.
and
Why
that
doesn't
I
he
think
just
that
make an
was
iron sword? Why is it gotta be a
yeah.
bar? Like
He's
you're a metal worker. That's
interesting that Kavath says Aspas isn't it one of your kind? Oh, does he ask that?
well, but that's because they're uh he said it's not one of your kind. I thought.
Yeah.
Um, so it sounds like there's different factions of Fae, like different nations or whatever.
And he also mentioned he mentioned a type of monster
Yeah, it was starting with
as a Fey
S, I
Rising,
think.
a skin dancer. Didn't you tell me they'd been gone for ages and ages?
And they said it wasn't a skin dancer.
Wasn't a skin dancer.
He
Seems
also
sort of dumb. It didn't. Plus, oh yeah, they were trying to argue against it. Yeah, it isn't one of your kind. Yeah, okay. It is not my kind. The male doesn't even share a border with us. What
Mile.
is the mile? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a nation of Fae, I guess.
Yeah. I know you're not talking about me, but it's amusing coincidence. Oh yeah, no, there's a character named Bast with a T. Figure Fae is like the overarching race, like human, and then there are subgroups. Yeah.
Are there subgroups of human?
I don't know. Halfling?
Like, not really. Is halfling's not a human. Halfling's a hobbit.
Not they're very human-like.
Maybe.
But arguably, yeah.
They're not from the same common ancestor, though.
No, that's true.
I don't think so, at least.
Yeah.
At least if Rings of Power can be believed.
Fair. I think I was also thinking of the Scrael too, because the Possessor demon man reacted very strongly to the iron bar, and iron is also what hurt the Scrael, like the touch of iron. So I was like,
Well, I guess they're from the same place.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
but it's like now that's twice that they've come to this inn about it too.
Glow, humans are different ethnicities, but like I wouldn't like there's a bit more of a difference between whatever the hell Bast is and the Skrull.
Yeah.
Like that's
My brain is sleepy. Oh no, that's fair. I think it's more of like a Fey beast. Oh. Yeah, because we're pretty agreed that, like, I'm pretty sure, like, we've basically confirmed that Bast is of the Fae.
he said it.
You said
Straight
it?
up,
Yeah.
in this chapter.
Yeah. Or like corrupted somehow. Migby. Migbay. Maybe. Go, you should go sleep if you're tired. Although I know we're almost done, but yeah, good chapter. Interesting chapter.
Only got a few left.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got a lot left, but they're all very short.
Uh-huh.
Chapter 89, A Pleasant Afternoon. Kvothe gets whipped.
Whipped.
Whipped. He pays off his debt and buys a new loot and a dress for Auri, which we never got to see him give her.
No, Sag.
This was the one where he's just like, and I got my blood back, and didn't even say Devi's name. I was like, come on.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh, okay.
That was a very short one.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, I didn't have any really thoughts.
I think he spoke to the boys. No, that's a couple chapters later. Never mind.
Yeah, that's later. Yeah. It keeps waking me up at like 6 a.m. Oh no.
Anything to say about that?
Not really.
Chapter 90, Half-Built Houses. Kvothe sneaks into the archives through the Underthing and continues to have girls fawning over him whilst completely ignoring their advances. It's worth noting that he's like 3+ years younger than most of them. LOL. Fela gives him a lecture about the Dewey Decimal System.
Oh yeah, Fela. Yeah.
Fela.
Yeah, because, and I like that, like, I think this is the chapter where she's like, yeah, no, I'll get into the archives. She's walking around, and he's like, hello, nice day we're having. She's like, what the fuck? How did you get in here? Like, sneak up on me like that. Bo goes, sun is up. I need to go outside. Wakey, wakey. Oh, no.
And he just shows it up in her room, and she's like, shows up at the door with a blanket's like, who is it? Okay. Jeez, put on some clothes, girl.
Yeah, because she's like holding the thing. It's like draped over.
I guess men aren't supposed to be in there, to be fair.
No, yeah. I mean, I think she was kind of caught off guard. She was like, okay. You live out. Hello. Good evening.
How's it going?
I mean, she definitely had the hots for Kvothe, like,
yeah, but
I don't know.
But she didn't know it was him until she opened the door.
Yeah, no. She's just like, oh, who's like? It's gonna be the matron. Oh, hi, hi.
Just yeet that blanket.
Hello.
Oh wow, you're so dirty and have been crawling around in muck. Why don't you come in? Okay.
Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I was like, damn, he got in the archives, but I don't really think a ton happened other than that, to be honest. But
it's a lot less exciting than I thought. Like, he didn't break in, he just kind of like snuck in.
He just kind of, from the under thing, yeah, he was like, ooh, look, a door.
Like, a second door. Huh.
What are the odds?
Wow, you're so dirty.
You're so dirty. I'm gonna stop. Come on in, darling. Let me get a little comfortable.
Glow, you have no idea how hard it is not to do more romance with my characters. It's so hard.
Can you imagine Fela just being like, let me slip into something more comfortable, and she comes out fully clothed. Like from a sheet.
She genuinely wanted something more comfortable.
She just wanted some pajamas. Like, oh god.
When do you think Kvothe will have sex for the first time? with Bast.
Oh, damn.
No, I don't think so.
I
I feel like he's not going to.
don't think he will.
I
I
feel
think
like
Kvothe is sexual, to be honest. I mean, he's also young and like a young boy.
he's
I
like
get it,
constantly like, "Oh my god, I touched her boob."
but that's fair.
Like,
But he never. I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess so. That's probably just awkwardness, I
and
suppose.
he spends half the book caterwauling about how perfect women are.
That's true.
I feel like our baby boy Kvothe a virgin by circumstance because he's
I
always
don't know,
busy
man.
when any of the girls are.
Maybe that's what the title of the second book refers to. The Wise Man's Fear. It's just sex. Kavath is the wise man, self-proclaimed. No, Aries actually hinted told me something that I was like, oh, that's clever as to what the Wise Man's Fear is, because it's hinted at, I think, in this book, and that's an interpretation. It's not actually like described, I don't think, but there's a difference between asexual and deer in headlights. Yes, true. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not deer in headlights though.
Well, it's him being like, anyway.
That's like, I'm so close to a girl. Like,
yeah.
she touched me. Like, that's
Oh my
not deer in
God.
headlights.
We're touching shoulders. Yeah.
Could be bi.
True.
I kind of he feels.
I could see that.
He feels bi.
I could see that.
I think he and Bast bang on the rig.
On the ring. It's why Bass calls him Reshi. It's a special name for him.
Special name.
Special. I want to know what Reshi means.
Sensei.
Maybe we'll find out in. Oh yeah. Bow to your sensei. Bow to your Reshi.
Yeah, they fuck on the keg.
Oh no.
Don't want that wine.
Oh my.
Why is this wine so white?
Oh
All right.
my. Next chapter.
Chapter 91. Talk about different things, you know?
Yeah.
Kvothe enjoys being the he's just a friend guy for Denna. It's not friend zone, is it? It's not quite friend zone. It's
being safe. Like, he just doesn't really want to. He's like, here is good. I will stay here.
I mean, it's just like she's fucking around and keeping him on reserve.
Yeah, he's like I don't want to be a fuck boy.
It doesn't seem like she's just like, I don't have any interest in you. We're just friends. No, it just feels like she's like, you're in reserve. Like you're the real one, but I'm just gonna have sex with everybody else but you first. Just get out of the way, you know.
I don't even think she is. Yeah.
Well, or just, you know, cavorting.
I think it's just company, and then she like, whenever it gets sexual, I think she gets out. She's like, nah, fuck that. Bye-bye.
Sounds like she gets out every time.
Oh my.
What? No, that was not
the other symphony.
Innuendo.
Oh.
How does that even work?
That's fair. I might have misheard you. Yeah. They all seem wealthy.
So she's what's the word for
gold digger?
Gold digger, yeah.
She gave me money. I'm in need.
Chapter 92. The music that plays. Whew. Bast tells Chronicler that he's intentionally doxed them to try to bring some life back into Kvothe, and he just like goes all out, and then just like threatens Chronicler and tells him that there are no demons, only Fae. And he gets all up in his face and say, I will actually rip out your entrails and choke you with them.
Yep.
It's like, Jesus Christ, Bast.
Yep. His whole thing was, I identify as a threat. My pronouns are try/me. Oh boy. But it was interesting too about his reasoning, because he was like, the fuck? Like, why are you so, like, Chronicler was asking him, like, why are you so, like, defending, why do you defend Kote so much, and like what are you gaining from this, from him telling the story? And he's like, I just want Reshi back. He when he talks about his past and he remembers his heroic adventures, he becomes more himself. He is not himself right now. He is in a bad spot and he needs to get out mentally.
Yeah.
So that was kind of sweet. But then he also was like, I'll rip out your entrails and choke you with them. I was like, oh, damn, all right.
And then immediately after, he's like, anyway, nice to see you. Love you.
Yeah. Can I get you a blanket, some tea? It's like, holy God. That's so funny. I love Bast. Even though he's a fucking threat. I've convinced more people to play Ghost Trick. Fuck yeah. Girl boss Bast. Hell yeah. Girl Bast.
You shouldn't be prejudiced against Fae culture. Maybe a little bit.
But yeah, that was an interesting. I'm finding that a lot of these like ending chapters, it's just an interesting way to end it, because it's in like, I mean, we'll talk about this after the epilogue, but like basically once the interruption hit with the demon man, Kote was like, you know what? Here's a good space to end. We're good. We'll take it up tomorrow, day 2. And you're like, oh. And then you have all these like concluding pieces, which are giving some answers to questions, but not a ton. So
there's one more.
Interesting.
There's the epilogue.
Epilogue.
A silence of 3 parts. Rothfuss repeats himself.
Yes. It is the same name as the prologue and the epilogue.
It is most of the same words, too.
It was really? Oh, that's actually kind of cool. I didn't think of that.
The only difference was when he described the people, he described them doing different things.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
I kind of love that. I mean, that scratches a narrative itch for me. That's great. Because I recognized the title as like, this is the prologue title, but I didn't think it was actually worded very similarly, because I actually love that, because then it gives a new perspective to like what you've read at the beginning versus what you've read at the end. And you're like, oh, now I've read this whole book and I have some more context into why he's acting the way he does. And then a little more into the whole like silence in 3 parts thing, because silence is like referenced or explored constantly throughout this, at least in the interludes. Yeah. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Oh my god.
I was just looking at the map. I think the next thing I write, I want to write something that can have a map. Because
be cool. Maps are great.
I love maps. The thing. Well, okay, there's 2 things. One, having a map is wonderful. I love maps. And the setting currently that I have, you can't really use a map. It doesn't make sense. But the other thing is, a world that has a map is a lot easier to write in than a world that doesn't, because I don't have to make up every single thing that exists. Like, because like in most sci-fi, most of the stuff none of it exists. It's theoretical at best, but
yeah.
Anyway, sorry, that was my aside from glancing at the map. I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map.
Bast, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss, manipulate, mansplain, male white.
Who's he mansplaining to?
That's so good. Benji, you could make a map even just for your own usage. True.
Wait, you mean?
I mean, I don't know your story.
To physically have a map.
Have
Nothing to do with the story. Just like, I got a map.
I got a map. Map.
I've considered doing those like diagrams of our solar system where it's like the sun and then like the planets.
Yeah.
Like that would be cool for the different solar systems.
Yeah.
Stellar systems.
Love it. Yeah, do that. That'd be
I
fun.
might. I might
Go
do
for it.
that.
It'd be fun.
And I can have 1, 2, 3 for the three systems, stacked,
Mm.
and then
Mm-hmm.
and then okay, okay. I need
Okay.
to learn how to
Benji's
use
like, yeah, hell yeah.
like Adobe Illustrator. That bullshit.
It's fun.
I'll probably just do it in Krita.
True.
Just the same program, really.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the book. That is prologue to epilogue. That is, I don't even remember how many pages. 720?
The
722.
end.
The end. So, overall thoughts.
Look at the little picture. I just noticed that.
Oh yeah, the little
for Auri's book.
yeah.
The little pipe.
Yeah, yeah. Very cute.
Peep.
So yes. Jesus.
I can't play.
Overall
I wish I
thoughts,
could.
time to fair. Nice.
I could play all the individual notes, like sometimes.
True.
The difficulty is in playing them by themselves, like individually.
Yeah, yeah.
We didn't learn a damn thing about the chest, did we?
We didn't. No. I honestly figured because it's not referenced very much, I was like, that's gonna be a book 2 or a book 3 thing. There's no way. That's a setup. Not learning about things is a recurring theme of the book. Nice.
The funny thing about him struggling to finish his third book or whatever is so you think of George R.R. Martin, who's like been finishing his last book for like a decade or two.
Yeah.
But that is the way he writes. He just writes, like whatever happens happens, so it's a lot hard. There's no destination.
Yeah.
But this style of writing, the way he's structured this, he has to have written out the entire story.
Yeah, like he has to have a plan. Yeah.
So what's he struggling with?
Well, it's hard to actually write it down. Like you could have an outline,
yeah,
and it's hard to actually write it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Translating outlines to writing is hard.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's the 10 o'clock alarm.
Making the plan live up to everyone's expectations. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, also when you take long enough, now you have like heightened expectations. Sometimes it's hard to get the exact right words down on the paper. Yeah. 12 years. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Like it's built up. And I mean, like, it's not like he's not doing anything about it. Like, he's writing novellas around characters in the story.
He's avoiding it.
Yeah. I think there's also a lot of personal issues going on. Oh, yeah? Okay. Fair enough.
I also can so it's something I've thought about. Like let's say I do finish my book and I release it and it's popular. Suddenly I need to write a second book. And I'm suddenly on somewhat of a timeline.
Yeah.
Because people are like, "Oh, cool. When's the next one?"
Yeah, yeah. We want more. We want to consume, and you're like, "Oh, okay."
Which is like a little kind of makes you think, well, maybe I should like close it, force it to be self-contained, so you can't like say, "Oh, so when's the next book gonna come out?" You just say, like,
"Oh yeah." Self-contained is a very safe way to do it. Like, obviously you can leave, like, you know, some intrigue, but don't have it be a cliffhanger necessarily, because like you'll inevitably, if people like it, people are going to be asking for it.
The thing is,
the next one,
the way I've written this, I have no plans for a sequel. Like, that's not to say I wouldn't do it, but like I genuinely don't have even the inkling of what it would be about.
Yeah.
So.
Alternative solution: make it terrible so no one likes it.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. The moment that I heard that, like, when I was talking to Aries, and and that I had heard that each day of the story is a book. So like day 2 is the Wise Man's Fear,
Yeah.
day 3 is the final book. I was like, oh, so we're definitely not going to get answers to a lot of things in book 1. Cool. So I expected it. If I didn't know that going in, I probably would be like, oh man, like, all right, well, then I gotta read the third one or the second one.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. Alternative solution, write the first book and then disappear mysteriously, become the next Amelia Earhart. Oh no.
Weird woman has ears on her heart. Probably what killed her. Eaten by coconut crabs. Where did that little tidbit come from? Why are people convinced she was eaten by coconut crabs?
I have never heard that. That's hilarious, though.
Apparently, it's like a thing.
That's interesting.
Hearts do have ears, yeah.
They're just deer. I think they found bones. Oh shit, really?
Were the crabs eating the bones like dogs do? Nom nom nom.
Nom 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 nom.
Do crabs have teeth?
I don't know.
Crab
Serious
teeth.
questions. Crab teeth.
It's important.
Just Google crab teeth. Don't have to look at my Google history.
So,
it's fine.
Yeah, what were your thoughts on the whole book as a whole book whole?
The book as a whole book. I liked it overall. I was really interested in the magic system, like, and the naming. I kind of wish that there was a little bit more of that, because I just wanted to learn more about it. But I understand, like, it's gradually being revealed more, so it's like, okay. I like Kavoth the Innkeeper more than young Kavoth, because young Kavoth is very arrogant.
So's Innkeeper Kavoth.
Yeah, but he's seen some shit, so he hasn't. He's like, whatever, it's fine. I've lived through it. I was a bastard back then. All right. I don't know. Innkeeper Kavoth seems a lot more muted in comparison. And
he sounds sad.
Yeah, like some shit happened. And that it might be also, like, I have a soft spot for, like, really, like, people who've gone through some shit, like characters. I'm like, oh, I feel for you. Angst. I'm sorry.
You pity him.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, overall, like, it was good. I don't love having more questions and answers, and I know that this is supposed to, like, the second book's going to answer more, but it's probably also going to present a bunch. But as a standalone book for just, like, an introduction to the series, interesting. I agree with you on a lot of points about, like, I wasn't over the moon about how certain things were portrayed. Like, or like the perspective with, like, anytime basically a woman came on in the chapter, because, like, it was often, and I was like, because, like, there's other, I mean, it's in fantasy, but there's other books that just, like, do. Now, not to say that, like, that's the whole book, is that there is a perspective of, like, woman is pretty, sexual tension, move on, right? There's a lot of different female characters here, but a lot of them don't get introduced until, like, halfway through the book at least. So there. I did like the idea, like, I do like
it's definitely
the setup
story about a man, yeah.
I do like the setup of, like, the setting of a man telling, like of it being a story that he's telling to other people, and, like, there's interludes and interjections. I was like, that's really cool. I also really like oral storytelling, so I'm just like, oh, this is a neat,
I also really like oral
storytelling. Women are relevant only as far as they're relevant to the man. Yeah.
That's a very bad opinion to have, Coalfires. No.
Bonk theater. Yeah. Yeah, I like the setup, and the more that we're talking about the whole like expectations thing, like that is a really interesting thing in that, like, he sets it up to be this big thing and then we expect it to be a big thing, but then it's kind of mid and you're just like, well, that's actually just, it seems to me like that's more like just Code or Kvoth, just he's not really a storyteller, but he's telling what he feels is the true story. And there's a whole lot of other little bits and pieces in the writing where it's just like, is he telling the real story? Because there's a whole thing which I don't think we got into, where like the other in not visitors, the people at the inn who come all the time, like Tam and all them, they're just like, oh yeah, do you remember this tale? You're telling the tale of when two guys attacked you in broad daylight and you like murdered them immediately. And they were like, I didn't hear it like that. I thought he said this. Like, no, you're crazy. So like there's
Patrons.
some, thank you, patrons. So there's a lot of that in this book of just like, what is true, what is not, does it matter? Because I mean that's just stories in general, but yeah, I guess that's a lot to say that I like the book. I agree with you for the most part, and there are little smatterings of narrative things that I really liked, like that.
I what was I about to say? Oh yeah, I how does wow, that's never happened to me twice in a row before. I lost it, I found it again, I lost it again.
I lost it again. Oh no.
About the patrons.
Yes.
No, about the
I have amnesia. About the patrons. The
no,
stories that they're telling?
no,
Nope, not
no, it
about the
was
patrons.
before that.
Um
It wasn't about oral.
Whammon?
It wasn't about whammon.
Mm,
Well, it was about storytelling style. I remember
okay.
that. Oh, you know,
Maybe
yeah,
that's what
of
this.
course, oral storytelling. Yeah. That's all I can think about now. Visions of titties dance in my head. Well, okay, that thought's gone.
All right. Well, then, how about your overall thoughts?
Um,
And you can ramble because I rambled.
Wait, Guru Bonk's error, internal server error.
Yeah, because he didn't, because he did the dot and he didn't put a space. No thoughts, only titty.
90% of the time, that's me. Um, yeah, I liked it to a. It was well written. It was an interesting, gripping story. It was an interesting setting. I'm not sure I want to read more of it.
Fair enough.
I I want to find out what happens. Like I want to know the
Mm-hmm.
plot,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't care about his day to day.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that it's just gonna be a lot more day to day. Maybe I just prefer like higher level, um, fantasy kind of style.
That's
I
fair.
would
Most of
definitely
the
read the
universe,
Owry one. I like the setting and stuff.
yeah. Like when you're talking about the day to day, is that more like his university time?
Well, I don't know. It's a little too slice of life. Like I
Yeah.
like a bit of
'Cause-
that,
yeah.
but to an extent. Like
Uh-huh.
sometimes I just want there to be a plot to the story. But yeah, Kvoth is also very annoying in particular. That's true.
See that to me, the university stuff is like I would kind of be like, all right, yep, going to classes, cool. You know, I didn't it didn't invest it didn't have me as invested. I wanted to learn about the Chandrian. I wanted to learn about like naming. I wanted to learn about like all these really cool things, and it's being brought up slowly, but most of the book is his time at the university and just like learning things. And I'm like,
Yeah.
although I do like the little character interactions. Like his friends are great, the masters are great. They're all shit disturbers. Love them. But yeah, it might just be a slice of life thing.
And I do like the style as well. I
Mhm.
like the being told from his perspective. I didn't like it at first, but it's nice. I don't know how I feel about the interruptions.
Mm.
Like I don't know. Again, most of the interruptions we had or the interludes were just to talk about what we just said.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which, if it was an actual conversation between people, would happen. But
Yeah.
it's me reading a novel with the ability to extrapolate and interpolate, and I understand what's going on, and I don't need to have a discussion about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's
Yeah.
I don't know, and
Yeah.
obviously the whole weird, creepy sexuality thing was a bit much for me,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but
I agreed.
I still don't remember what I was gonna say before.
All good. And so there's some of the most interesting or the least interesting parts of the story. Yes, indeed.
Like I found myself whenever like one of the big chapters happened where there was like a big event, I almost had like a finally sense, not like
Yeah.
and it wasn't like an anticipation kind of finally. It's like a Jesus
Mm.
Christ, that's over with. Finally,
Yeah.
something's happening. Jesus.
Uh-huh.
But it wasn't that I disliked any of the particular interactions. There was just too much of it.
Yeah, I can see what you mean there. Yeah. Interesting. And especially for a book that is also a lot of like setup, because like
Yeah.
book two is going to continue it and like answer some questions, maybe set up probably for book three, whenever that's coming out.
I'm also done reading
But
about Denna.
yeah, understandable.
Like I don't dislike her as a character. She
I think she just needs to happen with her in terms of like it's more of the same with her right now.
it just feels simultaneously too hard and too easy. Like either he's struggling to be anywhere near her, or she's just like, we're friends, la 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 di da di da. Like it just like
Mhm.
instant shift, which I guess is what he's going for, but it feels cheap almost because of that.
Interesting. Yeah, because his
Like it's
whole
like there
thing was
should be
that she's like the
more.
wind.
There should either be less standoffishness when they're not together, or not
Mhm.
standoffishness, but less bullshittery when they're like when he's chasing her, or there should be more when they're just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Not I don't know. It's just too like
Like unpredictable, but also predictable. Yeah.
not unpredictable so much as just bipolar.
Mm. Oh yeah, bipolar is a good word. Yeah. Yeah, because it's definitely something that Rothfuss is going for and I mean he kind of like hammers that home when like when Kavath is like talking to the forget his name now, but the bar the guy at the bar when he was like, "Oh yeah, I knew Denna and like she's been like this. She's kind of flighty." Um and then he like compares her to the wind and everything and I'm like, okay, so this is going to be her story." Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, that was for me the moment where it's like, okay, I'm done with this character. I don't want to.
mm,
I don't like reading about that sort of thing. I
mm,
don't like the idea of chasing after somebody. Just like
yeah.
in my personal life, I don't like that. Like
Yeah.
some people they want that. I don't. I just want to meet somebody who has a mutual interest, and we're like, yes, cool, we're friends now. Like
Yeah.
I don't want the bullshit,
Yeah.
and
No. That.
I don't want to
Yeah.
see, I don't want to read about it either. For the same
Yeah.
reason,
Yeah.
I stopped watching. I stopped watching TV shows and movies typically, or I usually sometimes stop reading or stop watching shows and stuff. I wouldn't stop a
Mhm.
movie like three-quarters of the way
Yeah.
through, but like when there's any sort of like infidelity, it's like just come on, does this have to? It's
Yeah.
like I don't.
I get that.
This is
That's like
escapism. I don't want to escape into reality.
yeah. Yeah. I liken it a little bit to like my I mean, I'm gonna go a little weeb here, but my idea of like if you're watching a what is considered just like a romance anime and it's a whole will they won't they and like it's even if it's not a romance anime it could just be an anime which has two characters who like are definitely like supposed to be the main couple but they do a will they won't they for the whole bloody show and you're like I don't want to see this chase of like leading up to like this big moment between them. I want to see them get together and experience and just like I want the experience of when they're together and what life's going to be like then. That's more interesting to me and that maybe that's more of an adult perspective. Um
Some
but yeah.
something you never see. I hate this. You never see this. Is two characters meet. They kind of maybe they don't like fall in love and all that immediately,
Mm.
but you know, like
Mhm.
they're friendly. They learn to
Yeah.
love each other. They somehow become a couple. Maybe they get married. Maybe they're just a couple. I don't care. And then from then on, they're just a couple, and they're
That's it. Yeah.
they go about doing all the same stuff as a couple.
Yeah.
Like well, okay, no, you haven't gotten that far in books.
And Wheel of Time.
Yeah, it's just Perrin's relationship is really annoying. It's
Oh.
just very. It's like
I
just
I I
calm
assume
down.
I assume I know who with. Um I think I met her. Fair.
Where are you in the book for?
I haven't started,
Oh, you haven't
but
started before.
book three, I think she's introduced the princess, who's not actually a princess,
Do you remember?
or well, who's
Remember
no,
her
I
name?
don't remember her name. No, it's been a
Do
while.
you remember either of her names?
No, I know she gives yeah.
Her true name is Zareen Bashir or
Mm.
Bashare.
Mm.
Her uh, chosen name was gonna be Mandarp, but then that was the
Mandarp,
horse's name.
right?
That was the
Yeah, yeah,
horse's
yeah,
name, and
yeah. Okay,
so she decided it was gonna be Fail,
Fail, right? That's
which
what
was
that's
Fail
who
with an
she's.
E,
Yep.
which means falcon in the old tongue.
Yeah, she seems cool, but
I
yeah,
know too much about this series. I know quite a bit about the series, but there's a lot of names people just drop, and I'm like, what the fuck
who
is
the
that?
fuck? Whomst the fuck are you?
It's like, don't you remember when this person talked to this person about this?
The
Like,
cast of these books is
what?
incredibly huge. I'm like, what the fuck?
I
Yeah,
think it's 2,700 people. Wait,
characters.
characters in Wheel of Time.
Slice of romance is what you need. I was gonna say like I like this like stories like Ore Monogatari, my love story, because that one's it's just good. They get together by like episode 3, and it's just cute.
2,787 distinct named characters.
Good lord, oh boy.
And there's some like enormous number of unique perspective as narrative perspectives as well.
Nice. Your Lie in April is the best. Will they? Won't they? Because it isn't. Nice. I love the manga A Bride Story because it's delightful like that. Bob Jr., Bob Sr., Bob the Third. Also because it's set in 19th century Central Asia, which is 100% my thing. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's valid. Like all of the I agree with the whole Denna thing. Like I just didn't know how to feel about her because I'm like, man, I really like that she opened up a little bit, but I feel like I don't know, like I just don't really it's not like I'm not like rooting for her to like because I don't know enough about her because she just doesn't she chooses not to tell. I'm not rooting for her to do like anything specific. It's just like, oh well, Denna's gone again, and maybe she'll be back.
Yeah, I like Denna as a character.
Hmm.
I would probably be her friend
Hmm.
if I had like if I was in Voth's situation. I'd probably want to be her friend.
Yeah.
But I would not go near that relationship wise, and he
Oh
shouldn't
God,
either.
no. No. And I'm glad that they at least like address that too, like in the book of being like, this is a bad idea. Don't do it. Like Kvass still like romanticizes her and sees her as very like she is perfect, great, I love her, but also like he also knows like, yeah, I don't know if I should go that way because that's not a good idea. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate her struggle to be independent. Also fair, yeah.
Again, I
Hmm.
everything about her character I like.
Yeah,
It's just mix her with Kvoth is just like ugh.
yeah, not a good
I'm just
recipe.
reading about stuff I don't want to read about.
Yeah. It's been established Kavath has a lot of terrible ideas. Also fair. Denna low key reminded me of like some of the mean girls from high school. Oh,
She
really?
reminds me of one of the uh, not popular girls who gets who when you actually get to know them, they're just like the mean popular girls, but like they only seem like they're not because they're not like one of the popular girls. I'm specifically referring to Mean Girls, the movie.
The movie? Hmm.
Yeah, like when what's her name, the main character, became mean, even like just by being around them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very self-important,
Right.
whilst doing her best not to seem self-important.
Yeah. Caddy? Hmm. Or Kate. Hmm.
I don't know. I feel like I've just been shitting on this book. It's a very good book. I enjoyed it.
It's okay if you didn't like parts of it. Like it's or like it's all valid, right? So, did you have a favorite moment from the book? Out of curiosity. That's actually a question from Glow. I saw it in Discord.
Hmm. Hey, remember when we thought that Bard was gonna be important?
And then he never shows up. Oh God.
Yeah,
So mad.
I would much rather they focus on the other female characters for sure. Just trying to
Uh-huh.
think what was my favorite moment.
Yeah. Focus more on
Pro-
Devi and Fela.
Probably yeah, his interactions with the other women was probably some of my favorite parts. Those were sweet often.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Um, and probably I mean I love the moo moo,
Yeah.
but
Moo.
I I yeah I don't know, nothing particularly stands out to me.
Mm.
Like when I think of this book, I just picture the town of or the university in Imre. That's my
Yeah.
entire that's like the first thought. Like not any of the people or anything, just that scene.
Well,
Um,
yeah, so much of the book is there, so hmm.
yeah, I don't know.
That's fair. I don't know if I'd have a favorite moment.
Oh,
Certainly have a
you know
few.
what? My favorite moment's probably the when he gets his pipes. That's probably it.
I was gonna say that's a really
It was
good one.
beautifully written, and
Yeah.
it, yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, I agree. That was a like it was a it drew out a lot of like it described a lot of the emotions really well. That I think Kaboth was going through. That's a good one. Yeah. I think
Most of the bits I
yeah.
liked the best were music related. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. And like I did like I also liked
What do you know is Rothfuss's connection to music, if any?
I
Is
don't
he a
know
musician?
actually. I could look it up. I don't know. Maybe his wife's a musician.
Maybe. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut off your thought.
No, that's okay. Now I'm curious. Uh burr, burr, burr. I don't know. Does Google doesn't seem to tell me anything.
It's having so much fun.
um yeah, but I mean I think I would probably agree with you for the favorite moment, like talking about that. But like there's other and I mean Glow, you were mentioning like the little character interactions like with him and his friends in the cafeteria teasing each other. Like that's also like that's just really fun. I will say in terms of like character interactions, like I really liked the beginning of when he's just starting to learn sympathy with his mentor and like just his life with the caravan before everything goes to shit. I was like that's just like I really I like that atmosphere. That's a fun idea to be like I'm a part of a troop and like I'm traveling and that this is my life. um I really like that as well. And then I really enjoyed meeting Devi for the first time.
Oh, that
I
was
really
good.
like
Yeah.
her character. She's so good. I want more Devi, please, in book two.
I
I
would
probably would read book two,
I
but
would just hang out with Devi.
right? She's vibes. I also liked when he put on the um what is it like the persona to get him a nice pair of clothes, like bunch of
Oh, that
clothes
was
and
really
some
good.
shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
it was
pretended to be
fun.
a lord.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Can you play the background music in all of my streams? If you type in "Does Patrick Rothfuss" into Google, it auto completes play music. Yeah.
That's
Here's a blog post from him on music. Oh, he wrote a whole blog post on music. That's cool. Let's see. I think it seems to say that he was not. Rereading Wiseman's House. So he talks about he's at a coffee shop, reading through the book. Oh, I really like this. I think I just like his way of writing. This is a neat blog post.
I mean, he's literally writing in first person,
Yeah,
which is how his
yeah,
entire book is written.
yeah. True. Get pulled in the story. So he's talking about background music and the balance. Okay. He gets pulled in. So he might be a musician, but he doesn't seem to. He seems to be really like he's pulled into music very easily. Like music is a something he really enjoys, maybe. Oh wow, that's actually a long blog post. I'm not gonna read. I don't know if I'll read this whole thing, but
Could you
interesting.
imagine? Big
The
profile
Void.
author
Oh,
just
sorry.
like totally being like, yeah, this band just played my song. Uh,
Yeah.
here's their link.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Hmm. Bo 8 stream. Oh yeah, sorry. I forgot when I change over to my I should have been looking on my phone. When I change over to the browser, it takes off our video for some reason.
Oh.
My bad. We're back now. Um And I know, Glow, you also asked, like, do we have any remaining questions? The answer is yes. We have many remaining questions. There's so many.
I
Um,
would totally read the Wikipedia plot to the next book.
for the second book.
Yeah. No,
Get the Coles notes.
I might read the second at some point.
Yeah, not a rush.
I need a break from it though.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Novella. Probably won't answer most of your questions. Yeah, that's the feeling that I also got from Mary's when I talked about it. So I think that's something that you really have to like embrace going into it. So, which is a bit of a shame, but yeah, well, like I'm interested in the chest, and
I do wonder how many of the things I've complained about in this book are directly present and apparent in my own writing. And I only notice them because I do them myself.
maybe.
And it's like some sort of self-correction.
You just did like some subconscious.
I can tell you, I hope I did not. I did not do the creepy woman thing.
Oh, I'm sure you wouldn't.
That one I definitely didn't do. There are titties, but it's for good reason.
And there's lesbians, so that's great. I think that's part of. There might be lesbians. I'm pretty sure you told me.
No, I didn't tell you.
No, you didn't? Okay.
I don't think I did.
I thought you mentioned. Wait, lesbians?
Oh, you want to read it now, huh?
I think that's part of his struggle with book 3. How does he address all of these questions in the finale? Yeah, that's true. And I mean, he might. I imagine he won't answer all of his questions because, like, he's with the idea of like having these novellas, they're probably also going to help answer questions. Like maybe he just like, finishes a story and then he's like, all right, if there's any like burning questions from people, maybe people are asking online, and he's like, a lot of people are asking this question. Maybe I'll address it in the novella.
I know how he can solve all his problems. I'll tie up all the things in book 3. Somehow the Chandrian returned.
Yeah.
There you go.
Somehow.
Me when I was like, you like your big long sentences, Benji? Me too. Yeah. Rothfuss doesn't do big sentences. You can tell that the reason he's taking 12 years to write his third novel is because he's quadruple checking every single sentence.
Yeah, he's very particular about his revisions, I feel like
every single sentence is written in such a way that it's like exactly the right words to use.
Yeah. Cinder shows up with a drippy face like, oopsie, we're back. Did you miss us? If I ever became an author and people pestered me on questions, I just default to, they died.
Yeah, just tell everyone your characters are all dead.
Yep.
Actually, that's actually a really good troll when you're when you get asked at in like an interview or something about what's gonna happen to this character, or no, what's happening in this book. You just accidentally kind of mention that they're dead. They're not. You haven't written them out. You're just fucking with people. But you just like you know how they always make a slip. It's like, ooh, I shouldn't. Ooh, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, shouldn't have said that.
Like you Tom Holland yourself, but actually you mean to do it on purpose.
Oh, love it. Hell yeah.
Because it's wrong.
Who was it who said they made a character gay every time someone asked them? That's beautiful.
That was Rafe. That was Rafe Judkins, the showrunner of Wheel of Time.
It's like how Sir Arthur Conan Doyle killed Sherlock Holmes because he hated him so much. My writing's usually about death and suicide. And then he was forced to bring him back to life because the fans were so upset. Oh, really? Man.
But that's the main character.
It's the whole... Yeah, how can you hate like, the MC?
Either it's done or it's not.
Did he just want to finish the story and the fans were like, no?
maybe the newer ones were going to be about that that one played by 11.
Huh.
From Stranger Things.
Yeah, what's her name?
Ebola
E-
Holmes.
Ebola home. And yeah, Enola. Yeah, yeah. Brother. Um, I forget nuclear fusion. We should learn to harness the latent power of fandom. He hated him because his other work wasn't going to get as much reception because it wasn't Holmes.
Mm.
Honestly, valid. Yeah.
That's a good reason to, when you are a author starting out, to not do a big multi-level novel set.
Mm-hmm.
Like, write a book and then write a completely different book. That way you don't, once you're big enough that you or have enough of a backlog, you can start writing your big long series, and people might recognize you for that, but you have other work that they're like, big multi-level marketing scams. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
That's what my book is. It's all a scam. It doesn't exist.
It's all scam.
It's all W.
Everyone who's
like capital W, like down.
Everyone who's reading the draft, it's a lie.
It's a lie. Yeah, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. You're all hallucinating. What about a favorite character? Oh my god, that's so good. Gaslighting isn't real. Coal Fires has been banned for intense use of capitalism. The draft is a lie. What about a favorite character in the book?
Probably Matt Cawthon. No.
I wish I had a Wheel of Time ticker.
It's ramping up. It's oh.
That's fair.
I'm gonna be lost.
Also, is Matt really like your favorite character?
He gets so good.
That's fair.
So book 3, he has a bit of a nice transition, but then book 4, he really comes into his own. So he becomes Matt in book 4. He goes from Matt to Matt.
Matt to Matt.
Well, he goes from Matt Cawthon to Matt.
A fucking hero. Maybe. I mean, I guess I'll see.
I don't want to spoil anything, so I can't use any honorifics.
No, of course. True. Favorite minor character is Scarpy. Also hashtag silly bast. Very nice. Who was the one rich guy that was flirting with Sim in that one scene? And then was friends with Denna? Oh. Wait, friends with Denna? Or like they were dating, weren't they? Savoy, our boy.
He's probably my second least favorite character.
Fair.
Least obviously being Ambrose, because how can he not be?
Yeah, Ambrose.
He's just a dickhole.
Yep. Just a prick. I really liked Elodin. Surprisingly, to be honest.
Come over here and try it, Glow.
I'm gonna kick your ass. I really liked Elodin, and I really liked
Abinthy.
Oh my god. Yeah. I also liked Abinthy.
Oh, I figured that's what you were gonna say.
No, I was gonna say Debbie. I've already said it, but I really like Debbie. Debbie.
I
Devi Jeans.
I liked the Dagron. That was my favorite character. No,
Yeah.
Probably Auri.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably because she's the most intriguing. Well, actually, maybe Devi.
Yeah.
But
I just like how Devi just knows what she's doing. She's
actually,
like, that's just what I like to do.
I really like all of the girls, except for
Denna. Yeah, the main.
Yeah.
That's fair. Elodin is delightful, so is Auri, yeah. For a guy who writes about women in such a weird way, Rothfuss does write a lot of excellent characters. Female characters. Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to offset it.
I thought that Aries was saying that, like, his wife also, like, did some proofreading for, like, some scenes, probably. I don't know, but...
So you're telling me that it was worse?
I assume not. God, I hope not.
Unless she made it that way.
I don't
Maybe she's just really into horrors.
know. Next stream is a cage match. BT Loves versus the Almighty Glow until Musk's mother intervenes.
I mean, we should just get Elon Musk's mother in like peace talks and stuff. Just
Elon's Musker. Muskther.
Muskler.
I think it's the difference between when women are a rhetorical device and women are actual people in a story. Yeah. There's use of both. So like I could really care less about when they're just kind of used as a device. The characters are great.
It's so weird. It's like Kvoth like is like you should never lay your hands on a woman. Ambrose, I'll save you, fella. And then like 2 chapters later, he's like teenage whores. Like, what? Which is it?
Yeah, Jittery's a teenage whore. Yeah. No, I agree. And I mean, like, you could argue that it's kind of like it's not good, but it's like a societal thing where it's like, when people are just like, oh, I know I'm a good person because I would never hit a woman, but like because they're hanging around a group of friends and they're just like, oh, like that bitch, she was awful, like she just wanted you for your money, and you're like, yeah, she was a bitch because that's your environment. You're like, it's so, but you don't see that as bad. It's calling someone a bitch or something. That's what I can only. I don't like it. I don't like reading it.
If you don't live your whole life the way you want to live part of your life, then you can't live the part. I don't know what I'm saying, but like, be consistent.
I understand what you mean. Yeah, be consistent. Yeah.
It's kind of like if they're an asshole when they're. It's like the classic, oh, he's an asshole, but he's not an asshole with me.
Yeah.
He's an asshole. He's just putting on a show for you. Like,
yeah.
That sort of
thing. Can't
generalize
if it's a part-time job. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. That's an excellent way to put it. Morality is not a part-time job. I'm going to write that down.
Put it in your book.
Did you get that from somebody? Or you?
Corwin has some good sayings sometimes. Just no. Well, I mean, Corwin's done.
I might steal that with your permission.
Right into the book.
It might word for word.
Okay, friends, I'm gonna take my meds and pass the fuck out. Oh, Corwin says, go ahead. Go ahead and write it. All right, thank you for hanging out, Glow. Having a good sleep. We'll announce the book also in Discord, the next one we're doing. If you want to join, you can decide if it's a book you want to read or not.
I think we're probably coming to a close, unless you have more to say on the book.
No, I think that's basically all I wanted to say, to be honest. I think I got everything out.
So, yeah, thanks for reading along with us.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. Shall we announce the next book?
According to how many people? 7? 8?
Oh, one moment. I gotta get us 8 back. People? There we go. 8 people, I think. Yes.
According to the polls of 8 people, the next book will be The War of the Worlds.
Yes. Which we both have not read. But Benji has a copy and I don't. So I have to get it.
I read the first 2 chapters, 1 chapter. Okay. I don't remember any of it. There was a war on some worlds.
I think I might have seen a play of based on War of the Worlds. So I think play? I generally know.
The audio play that made
oh no.
The audio play that's the reason why in British television British media visual media radio. If you visual media or any media I guess if you show a news broadcast, you cannot you have to have it in context. So like if you show a
Yeah.
fake news broadcast, it has to be like on a TV in the scene.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
just show it on its own. It's
Yeah.
illegal.
Yep.
That's not present in American media. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. If you look at British stuff, they never have that. If you look at American stuff, it's like there's what's his name from CNN saying that whatever's happening or whatever.
Yeah. Mm. No, it was like I think it was just like a play that like at a university, like it was a smaller thing, but I enjoyed it.
The nice thing with War on the Worlds is chances are you're not going to have to buy this because it's probably public domain by now.
Probably. I was actually going to see if the library had a copy just because I like reading physical stuff, but
yeah, but like if people just want to find a
but I probably
PDF,
could
it's
find it
probably
online.
pretty easy.
Yeah.
I think it's
When did that book come out? That was
1890s.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It's not on the list of H.G. Wells works,
Yeah.
annoyingly. But
Oh, Glow coming in with the PDF. Is it a PDF? Let me see this. The Project Gutenberg ebook by The War of the Worlds. Perfect.
yeah, so
Oh, you just read it. It's just all here.
yeah,
Beautiful.
he's been dead he died in what, like 1940? So
True. Night for realsies. Good night, Guru.
so it's short.
And
it's only...
sorry, good night, Glow. I mean,
night, Glow.
Gonna go honk shoo mimi. Boy.
I don't know what that means.
Honk shoo me. That. Yeah.
So if I split this book directly down the middle, is chapter 16. So that would be 100 pages.
Okay.
It's 200 pages in total. We could do it.
So we could just do like 100.
I would rather do it in 2. We could do the whole book at a push, but I'd rather do it in 2.
No, I'd rather do 2. Yeah. So we'll do like 100 pages each kind of thing per session.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a good one. I'm sure I could pick up a copy. I'm going to pick up a copy at the library, probably.
So this is going to be very different. This is not fantasy. This is science fiction.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
double
good.
feature.
This is, and it's not modern science fiction. It's pulp science fiction. It's like
Isn't it kind of
1890s science fiction? Like science fiction hadn't been invented yet.
Yeah, like it is the progenitor of quite a bit. Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot more like things you had to read in high school, like Animal Farm and things like that.
Yeah. But I'm interested to read it because I don't know too much about it other than the play that I've seen. So.
I believe it's also a fairly simple read as well.
Fair enough.
If it's not like too super complex.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the first reading of the War of the Worlds will be chapters 0 through 15. So including 15.
Okay. I'm gonna make a note of that.
I know that people often say 0 to 15 and mean that includes 15. However, or sorry, 1 to 15, that includes 15. However, I always am distinct about 2:15 would mean everything before it. Through 15 would include it.
Okay, so technically you want us to read chapters 0 up to 14, including 14.
No, through 15. Including
15.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
So beginning of chapter 16 is where we stopped. Page 100 is where we stopped, right in the middle.
Okay, so 0 through to 15. Okay. Done. Great.
0
over 15.
See, the problem is in programming, because programming is usually 0 indexed. So 0 to 15 does not include 15. 0 to 15 is actually 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 15 numbers.
Yeah.
But if you start at 1, you can include 15.
Yeah.
1 indexed is confusing to me.
Fair.
Because I'm a programmer. But,
yeah. Should be good.
Also, I'm gonna do a 7 o'clock, 7:30 probably, maybe. What do you think's better, 7 o'clock or 7:30?
I want to say maybe like time wise, right? Like PM or whatever.
Yeah.
7:30 is easier for me if I want to do a workout.
Okay.
Because basically I got home and I ate in like 10 minutes.
I feel like 7:30 is more like the day's done. We're done. Like time to
Yeah.
do nighttime stuff, as opposed
Yeah,
to
yeah.
sevens like pushing it. So
Yeah.
yeah. Also, 7:30 on Tuesday. I'm gonna watch probably the first two
True.
episodes of Wheel of Time, unless people want to keep going. But
Yeah.
um,
I also, before we start the book, I also will need a slight break for like a little bit of
yes.
time, but
Do you have a timing
we'll
on that, or
yeah, let me check my schedule.
you
It's
could
not long.
schedule the next meeting?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, let me see here. Well, if we do,
So if
if
there
we
was
start,
no break, we would be going the 12th. If we didn't have a break.
oh, fair. Right. Yeah, so if we do the 19, yeah, I mean, I probably could do the 12th. I don't, now that I look at it, I don't really have anything going on like that Wednesday anyway.
I mean,
But I need to get the book. um, which shouldn't take long, but
are you like do you not have enough time to read it, kind of?
no,
Or
100 pages, 100 pages should be fine. I could do 100. I did 150 for this one.
and it's only 15 chapters, so
Yeah. Uh, how about like could we say the 19th or is that too late?
that's fine. It's just a week
Okay.
difference. It's what we did
Okay.
last week, our last
True.
session.
That's true. Because then if we start on the 19th, I know I'm going to be away for a couple, like for the weekend basically, and a little bit of Thursday, Friday, in the last week of July. But if we start the 19th, then I can start on the next chapter and basically be ready for the August 2nd, I think it'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. All right. July 19th. Make sure I'm not doing anything that day. Nothing planned. Perfect.
We're like 2 months away from the premiere. Wait, what's 63 is 9 times 7?
Oh
Yeah.
God, I don't know.
Yeah. So we're 9 weeks away.
Okay, very nice. And did we say 7:30 for book club? Or were we thinking
Oh no,
still
I was
7?
we could keep
For
doing
the other
7 for
thing.
this. I meant for watching, but we could move this to 7:30 if that's better for people.
I was gonna say 7:30 for the workout because that's what happened today. Tuesday I don't really work out usually, so
yeah. We can
like
move this
that's
to
anytime.
7:30. Yeah,
Okay,
I don't mind.
cute. Because that's I mean we basically started at 7:30 today, so that's fine.
All right.
Okay, book club. Wonderful. All right. Well,
Ready to do an outro?
yeah, I guess so.
Oh man, what do we say?
I think we should just kind of let it flow. Just be like, thanks. This was
Sure.
great. We look forward to reading our next one. We'll have all the parts up on YouTube, and yeah.
All right. Who starts?
I can start.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching. This was a really cool experience to do as a little book club and a first time reading Name of the Wind. We're really looking forward to our next book, which is going to be The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. And yeah, did you want to add anything else?
yeah, I mean, this has been interesting with this format. Obviously, this is our first book, so we might improve things going forward. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But yeah, we're hoping we'll keep getting better at doing this.
Huh.
Don't forget to unplug the audio. And specifically for the next reading, we will be reading chapters 0 through 15, so including 15, of War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. And then we will be meeting back here. That'll be fun.
Cool. Yeah. See you around.
See you then.
Nice.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. Oh, hello, sir. Come here, kitten. Thank you.
Still don't have the name of the book club at this point. Is just book club. I'd like to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
We can take time to make do a poll for a name.
That's true.
We have
Also,
until the
I
19th.
might take some time to make to update the layout.
Oh, the layout? Yeah, that sounds good. Bo! Oh, he's making biscuits on my legs.
I thought that was boo.
Boo! Good, Bo, good. Make biscuits. Where shall we raid to?
Is Patrick streaming? No.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny. We just finished your book. Hi. Hi, sir. Hi. Hi. Who live? Actually, is Patrick Roth? No, there's no way.
AI presidential debates going on.
Nice.
Ew. I hate this. I hate this new reality.
Love it.
Man, I'm excited to speedrun dating tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's how that works, right?
Yeah, exactly. I hope it'll be fun.
I hope so too.
Yeah. If it's well organized, I think it will be.
The only person streaming is Ekami.
I have a couple people. I have Peanut Butter and Jelly Gamer who's playing Cyberpunk.
Thank you. We'll see how it goes. I don't need to worry too much. I'm incredibly attractive. And very modest.
And so humble.
The humblest person.
Humble brag. Yeah, how about Peanut Butter and Jelly Gamer? Because I never get to read him. I'll type in the.
Don't forget to clip through some of the lengthy dates. Yeah, just clip through the table.
Oh yeah. Peanut Butter Jelly Gamer. Ooh. There we go. I put it in Discord. The name.
Huh?
I put the raid name in Discord.
Which chord?
Discord.
This one.
This one.
/raid. Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter jelly time. They're pretty cool. They've come to a couple of my streams. They're pretty nice.
Man, I've got a whole viewer.
Oh my god. I'm still there. Thanks for the stream. Have a good night. Thank you, Guru. This was fun.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It's always a good time. Oh, It's Carly Rae Jepsen in Owl City.
Is it really? I didn't know that. Interesting.
I think my thing's gonna time out before yours actually is ready.
Okay, cool. So, later, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.